It is Thursday. What's going on, everybody? Whiskey Nose Marty here for a sweltering hot Thursday night live stream. Hope everybody out there is doing well. I am tickled to be back. Last week on with the Jerk, we had Logan on, and we learned a lot of great stuff about blending and where to find that booze, and it was a good stream. So get over there and check out Tom's live if you missed it last Thursday. I think it's about maybe a little over 2 hours, so it was a good time. But anyway, we are here tonight. 21 in the chat. Let's get caught up and say hello. Where are we at here? CJG at the bottom. Yes, sir. Coming in. Randal E. Yes. UPS, please. Oh, yeah. I got your stuff to you in a day. But that's fine. We're good. Like I said, don't run. We're good. Joey B is here. What's going on? The Randall Express. Boom. I think I said, man, don't rush on. I mean, you've already seen it, but we're good. The Trey Larkin is here. What's going on for a Thursday night Marty party? The Top Jimmy. Turn camera on. You can't see me? Is that what that says? All right, hold on. How about now? That's weird. I see me. I don't know. Let me go. Good evening, all. Thumbnail so great. Need to keep it up. Yeah, really. That's right, Gary. Good to see you. There's Kelsey. Is it? Can you see now? Nope. I don't know what's wrong. Hold on a minute. Good old Streamlabs doing its thing. Let me do this. Hang on a second. Bear with me here. Yeah, I see the chat and everything just fine. I don't know why that. No, still nothing. Hang on, let me check this thing here, boys. Good Lord. Not a clue. It's on. It shows on. I see me on the screen. Hellfire. Hang on here. Let's work on this. Jesus. Still nothing, I guess. Hang on. This makes 0 sense. Huh. Trying again. Nope. Got me, pal. Let me try this. Hang on. Fred is climbing the telephone pole trying to fix it. Yeah, probably. Could you still hear me? Wait a minute. There's some action. Let me flip that. Stop. There. I don't know, dude. All I did is flip back through the cameras, and I've only got one. So we're good now. Let's try it again, maybe. Okay. It looks like it's frozen though. Let me try this here. All right. I guess we're good. Y'all tell me in chat if we're good. Trey, thank y'all for telling me because I would have never known because I could see me just fine. Toby, thanks. Yep, you're good. All right, let's get this shit going again. No idea what the problem is there. Okay. Go back to picture was better before. I'm afraid to. Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, because I've come through cameras. You're funny, Jay. You better have me do it. We got picture. Okay. Sorry, I don't know. Like I said, didn't change nothing. Just click back between the setting. All right. What I've got tonight, we're going to start out with a little Heaven Hill. Heaven Hill's been hot lately. Heaven Hill's been cooking. They've got 7-year old Fitz out. I think it's pretty solid. I think it's good. I've always loved the bottled and bond. That's what I'm going to start out with tonight, just to get the ball game going. May have some people jump on. We'll see what happens. Yeah, this is a good little starter right here. Don't forget to give a huge shout out to your IT department. Yeah, they won last night. I texted those boys and I haven't heard back. Maybe that's the problem. Your dial-up AOL is working. Well, hey, if it's working now, that's great. No joke. Tommy D. Breaking cameras. What's new? Yeah, the face like this. No idea. Work getting Marty back online. Yep, good work. That's right. Sorry, boys. Not a clue what happened there. Anyway, we got Top Jimmy. There's Jason. Cheers, buddy. We see you. I got me. Not a clue. Never touched. All I did was flip back and reset. I just refreshed the Streamlabs and it worked. Well, anyway. All right. We see you. Good. I'm sorry. Good deal. All right. I've got here a 5-sample rye blind from Greg McDonald. I know I should be drinking rye first, but I'm just going to get it going here. I've had this sample for a while, and I need to do it. Thank you to my good old boy, Greg. Let's see here. Where's that? Yeah, he's been found safe. I've got to figure out what I did with that. But anyway, yeah. Thank you, Greg. I hope you're watching. I'll get into that here in a minute. Tonight's giveaway, we've got several things. We've got a $15 gift card from the Drifting Drams. Katie and Ethan, thank you all for doing that. Stuff's killer. I should have 2 bags coming this week. Keep them coming. I love it. That cigar blend is so chocolate, marshmallow good. It's so good. Greg McDonald, no wonder why those samples are so old. Yeah, really? Sugar Kitty. Yeah. Awesome. There's Eric Gunderstruck. Cheers, buddy. Thanks for sending me that picture. I probably still have some AOL. Yeah, if you still got them, Trey, this would be great. Yeah. Thanks, Eric. We got a great team. Yes, we get it going. Yeah, we're on top of it here. We sure are. So, and I'm doing a big old monster sample pack. I'm going to give away a bunch of samples of stuff that distilleries have sent. I'm going to do the new Sagamore Cash Strength. I've got the new Oak Lures. I've got some Larrikin stuff. There was something else I wanted to do. Oh, I think I want to do the Silver Grove, whatever the hell, I can't remember. We'll do that one too. It's good. But yeah, we'll get them going. I've got a wheel ready. So if y'all want to jump in, great. Somebody's sending me the Traster CV. Got you, buddy. Thank you. All right. In it, like Dusty says, to win it. Perfect. All right. I love this nutty little Heaven Hill, man. Sweet, sugar forward, salty a little bit for me. Nutty as hell. Nutty as hell, but it's good. I dig it. There's did I miss the legend? Yes, I did. The Richie Z. Cheers, buddy. Cheers to the Richie Z. There he is. The legend. Top Jimmy coming in hot. Top Jimmy swings. And like always, guys, anytime you help the channel like that, man, I always want to say,
well, thank you very much.
All right. Thank you, guys. Hopefully that doesn't screw up the thing like it did last week. Yeah, that'd be bad. Yeah, it'd be about my luck. But anyway, let me know if something happened when I did that. The Express coming in. Peppery. Yeah, it is. First drink of the day. Well, I had a few beers at lunch. But yeah, no, it is very much peppery. A little bit. The Randal E. All right. Thank you, buddy. Let me get Randal. Thanks, guys. All right. Thanks, man. Cheers, guys. JG, what's Marty's dial-up sound like? Yeah, screech. No kidding. I have no clue, guys, what that was all about. Not a clue. All right. $8:15. Doing okay. I see I missed you, Eric. Is that where you trying to let me know? I have whatever. 26 watching. Cheers, guys. Happy Juneteenth. I didn't realize that was actually for a date out of Texas. That it was 2 years of that. I had no idea. No idea. I saw where I-40 Tennessee got a damn mudslide and rock slide. Shut that son of a gun down again. Lord, we can't help. They can't get a break. Ah, Richie. All right, one of the bottles y'all heard me talk about earlier that I am just going gaga over right here. Star Hill Farms. That dude's a banger. I've had to hide it from downstairs, bring it up here so I don't touch it and mess with it, screw it up and all that good stuff. But no, it's killer. If you see that, jump all over it. 877JG. Cheers, buddy. Like you need more samples, I know. I need to get some bottles. I do. All right. Well, let's get after this. It's 8:15. Puffs and pours starting a little bit. Yep, nasty weather up here. We've had 2 good days here. I guess 3 now, but it was been bad for days. Days and days. All right, I've got 5 set up here of a rye blind. Glass A, Roger Reese, sipping on some Star Hill now. Yeah, I'm telling you, dude, it's a banger. 2 new mash bills, I think, is what I read that is, and they've got it right. Woo! This one's a little rye heavy on the nose. Might be younger, rye young. We'll call it that. Call that about 117 on the nose. See what that might come out at. John Cloud here. There's John. Cheers, buddy. Good to see you, man. If I missed anybody, guys, sorry. I'm too busy worrying about this stupid camera. Ah, the Fritz Meister. Cheers, buddy. Thanks for sending that too. Cindy, God love you. Cindy needs to win again. Let me get Cindy on here. Got it. All right. Roger and Cindy, gotcha. JG, Top Jimmy, Corvette. I think I'm caught up, Randy. Yeah, this thing's young. It's youthful. Just pour some rye, guys. Jump in here. We'll talk. Talk about what, if you have an everyday rye that you like to go to. A lot of people don't like rye. I do. My first ball Star Hill is already gone. Neighbors loved it too. Good gosh, yes. Marty, is Star Hill Farm going to be around? I missed the limited early drop. That I don't know, Richie. I don't know. I don't know if it's going to hit outside of Kentucky or not. Gotcha. Raj, gotcha. I'll check it. Thank you. Yeah, got you, Raj. Let me put it in there. Raja. Got you, buddy. Yep. Caught up. Awesome. The Gunderstruck coming in red hot. An entry for John Cloud, 1 for Richie Z, and 1 for me. Hell yeah. Sharing the love. All right. CHIZ and Gunder struck. And then I saw one more. Top Dog is in. Top Dog. This is a shout out to all the guys behind the scene. You know who you are for a minimal interruption tonight on the stream. Great job, guys. Yes. Whoever fixed that, thank you. That's funny as hell. The Gary franchise is here. Cheers, Gary. Good to see you, man. Cindy kept me from being one-eyed pirate this week. She needs to win. Yeah, okay. Always she does. World's worst. Star Hill just dropped in Michigan. Okay, so it's outside of Kentucky. Gary, I think you'll like it if you haven't tried it yet. Guys, keep your eyes out for this. It's going to be a little bit over $100, I think, but it's good for what we've been doing this year and the things we're getting. And this is something special and new out of Heaven Hill. Greg, got your blind right here, dog. I'm ready. Got the rye blind. I'm on A. Just started. Cheers, man. Just pick up the Four Roses single barrel. Oh, wow. Heck yeah. You're going to like that. I think I like the K the best when I did it back a while back. Yes. Marty needs to shout out to the crew that you gathered to make this dream go off. After a week. Yes. What did he say? Well, that sucks. Eric Gunnarsson. What Gunnerstruck? Oh, shit. Without a great leader, we are nothing. Kelsey Dime, he figured it out. No, I didn't. I just got lucky, Kelsey. I just flipped back between the two camera settings, and then somebody said it was there. I guess what it was, after I refreshed this tab, and then I clicked to the other camera, that's when it came on. So we learned something. Trey had to visit Cindy's clinic. Never a good thing. Oh, yeah, that's right. That's right, Cindy. I forgot about that. Cheers to you all. He's good now. He's a little bit younger. I think I'm going to call it 4 to 6. I think it's, like I said 117 proof. Yeah, I will, Richie. I've gone back to it a couple times. Actually, the Mexican restaurant here had one, and they got the bag and gave me the bag. So I've put it on Nick's bottle. I've got to find one. So I'll give that back to Nick for sure. Yeah, 4 to 6 year. I don't know, man. I'm going to call this an MGP rye. Just to get weird. I'm not going to try to bottle call ryes. I'm not that sharp. Yeah, guys, let me know in chat what you're drinking. Let me know what you've been seeing. Let me know what your questions are about some of these bottles coming. We've got some killer stuff coming within the groups. Speaking of, right there's one of them. There's 3 of them, and then we've got Kelsey's here. So yeah, there's some bottles coming with the groups, guys. We've got once it gets through, if it does gets through the patrons, there's some Old Dominic coming. There's Evernorth's coming. Bardstown's coming. Several picks. Actually, A was good, Greg. He figured it out. Oh yeah, that's me not clicking off here. There's Kelsey. Let's see, Kelsey's up there. There's Katie Nathan. There's Top Jimmy. All right, I'm caught up. I'm trying my best before this damn thing kicks on me or something. Lord help. Yeah, guys, Drifting Dram's link is should be in the description below. Now, B's solid. B's up there too. B's about a 116er. I'm gonna go. Yeah, 116 on the nose. Ooh, sweet. Almost has an American sugar. It's not American whiskey, but I'm just saying it's got that closing out. Some bottles like Michter's 10. Oh shit. 13 Colony cask. Yep. Silver Oak. I still see the Silver Oaks. If y'all ever want to back those up, they're still here and around. Michter's 10. What was the other one? 13th Colony cask. Is that the bourbon or the rye, Trey? The bourbon. Oh man. This is sweeter on the palate, a little more viscosity, sweeter palate. More viscosity. Yeah, this one's good, man. This one comes in a little crisper than the first one. Oh yeah, there's the Mattingly's. My boss picked up a few J. Mattingly picks for paddocks. Wow, unreal. Cough syrup. Ha! Love it. That's awesome. Awesome. All right. This is good, Greg. Whatever this one is. I like B better than A. Don't know if I've had B though. Yeah, that's sweet. That's sweet goodness right there, man. Sweet. A little bit of barrel note, but candy. I love the sugars on that one, man. That is loaded from that barrel. Don't know what char that would be. Might be a 2 or 3, but doesn't really matter. Just to get to that sugar point on the palate, that's a banger, whatever that is. Don't think I've had this, like I said. That's good. That's real good. Yeah, that's a hitter. I said 116. That could be pushing it. Could be higher than that. That viscosity and that sugar kick that I got off that thing, that barrel may be hiding some of the proof, but it's not coming in hot at all. Now look at that damn thing. This is, as you can see, there you go. Stretch marks. Look at that. It almost looks like a broken glass. Yeah. Yeah. Let's see what we get on C. While we do that, it's time to enjoy some friends. Katie and Ethan Turk.
Hey, guys.
Hey.
What's up, Marty Party? How you doing, buddy?
I'm good, man. How are you?
If I was doing any better, I'd have to sit on my hands so I didn't wave.
Here you go. Sit on your hands so you don't wave at everybody.
That's right.
Hey, could you turn your mic up just a shade? I've got you as loud as I can.
Probably. Let's see.
And if not, it's okay.
Let's see. I mean, we're pinging pretty high on our end. How about, is that better?
Could be just me. Could y'all hear? Maybe just. That's probably okay.
Gotcha.
That's good. Yep. Perfect. C's weird. How you guys been?
Been good, busy,
Yeah,
but
good.
busy but good.
Yep.
Loading up, ready to head out.
Yep.
Getting there.
When are you leaving?
Saturday morning.
Yep.
Yeah, we'll go from here up to Barrel King, pick up some bottles, and then we'll head out west.
Yep.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Dog says, Katie didn't know what your plans are for tomorrow. Me and Renee are heading downtown around 3 for dinner. We will not be home.
We won't make it to see y'all, unfortunately, this time. Just a busy time.
So it'll be a good trip, other than not seeing Renee.
Got a new bottle I'm excited to crack, Marty.
Oh boy, hold on. Is that Rolling Fork? Is that what that says?
Yep.
Yeah, okay. Weeded Cast Wonder. Holy shit.
Yep.
Aged 10 years. Barbados?
Yep.
Wow. Okay. Small batch rum.
Yep.
I see.
Yeah, so 14 proof?
15 plus.
Yeah.
Damn right. Good God.
Yep.
It should be pretty stellar.
Yeah. Did you find that, or did you have to order something like that?
We ordered it off Sealbox, actually. It's one of the buy one, get one deals they had.
Barrel picks at King's Distillery need to happen. Laugh out loud, Trey Larkin. C is good. C still, God damn, it's kind of youthful, man. I'll call it 6 to 8.
Sure, I'll take that.
122. Heavy palate, but it just got a youth kick to it. It's weird as shit. I don't know what I'm missing on that one. I think it's, I don't know, B might be better than C. A's still that third placer on that.
So who sent the barn flight to you?
This is Greg McDonald's rye flight he sent me way back.
Oh
And
no.
I have just not gotten to it, and this is a great night to do it, and I'm doing it. And I'm glad Greg is here, and thank you, Greg, for putting all this together.
Man,
Can you want to talk about if anybody wants to get orders in? Is it too late before the?
It is too late.
Wednesday was the cutoff, wasn't it?
Yep, it was.
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, anybody can order. You just gotta know it's not going to be out until beginning of July.
Yep.
Which is not far.
No, it's not too far.
Yeah.
We'll be out at the non-meetup here before long.
Yep. And then doing a little bit of traveling in between. So.
How about them LSU Tigers?
I know, man. Ooh.
I still say that Arkansas lost that game yesterday. LSU didn't win it.
Well, if he caught it, it's over.
Yeah. If they had made that double play, it was over.
Yeah.
Instead of throwing to third.
Yeah, I don't understand. I've only seen that replay a couple times today. I don't understand why he went to his knees. Listen, I played outfield for years, and the hardest ball to catch is the one hit right at you, hands down. And when you watch that replay, the first thing he did was take 2 steps back. That's exactly what you're supposed to do. Don't let one go over your head. But as soon as he did and realized the ball was coming in on him, he just broke down. And I wonder if his thinking was, I'm going to just keep the ball in front of me. I'll give up a run. When it kicked off of him is how the guy from second scored.
Yeah.
They had to hold up because they thought no, they didn't hold up because there was 2 outs. They were moving on the hit. So,
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know what, like I said, I don't know the thinking. Corvette Trey got my orders in. When will the French press be back in stock?
Not sure yet. We're gonna have to put another order in from our supplier from Planetary Design. It'll probably be shortly after we get back that we put it into order with them.
Yeah.
And so maybe into July, early August if we're lucky.
Happy people that have liked them so much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we expected those to sit for a little bit, but people have been loving them.
College World Series still going on. I stopped watching it. Yeah, Trey, I know. But if you ever wanted, we're good old Tennessee fans. We always want to celebrate our second place finish. So Tennessee's the only team ever to go to 5 super regionals in a row. I actually figured LSU held that record, to be honest. I figured they had. Miracle, what's going on? A drifting drams. The inning before LSU had 2 chances to make a double play, make it, they win. Next inning, Piggy score and go ahead. Then came there, yeah. Oh yeah, it was fun to watch. We watched it.
Yep.
Trey said, "I'm good for 4 when you do." Get them in.
Wow.
All right.
Dang. We can definitely take that into account when we order.
Yep.
Holy shit, D's good. D is fantastic. We have a new front runner sports fan. Good God. 120. I know. I'm gonna call that 132. Son of a bitch. I know what Greg's got too. That's almost cheating. I think I know what this one is. I think this is one I really, really like. Yeah, this is solid. Yeah, that's got finish for days. Long, super long finish. Uh-oh, Katie Nathan dropped, but they need to go do puffs and pours. Just look up and saw that. Guys, look at D. If you can see that, there you go. That is just Look at the, oh my God. I bet this is an OC. Greg's got 2 or 3 Old Carter Ryes and some of the first ones. Yeah. I'm going to call this. I'm just going to go straight out bullshit on this one, Greg. Wait a minute. Mark B here. What's going on? Cheers. I'm going to go ahead and straight up call this Old Carter. And I don't know if we know, but I'm going to call this a special sherry pick because they went back and forth. Sherry would do this batch. Mark would do the next. We'll go with that. All right. Let me get this living legend on here.
Hey.
Hey, man. What's happening?
Good evening.
Hey, buddy. Let me
Where did Katie and Ethan go?
I don't know, that just dropped, but
Oh,
they
okay.
need to get to Puffs and Pours too. So that's fine. I just wanted to get them on here because it's going to be a few weeks before they're back outside of traveling. So what's going on, man? Anything good?
Same old, same old.
There we go.
Oh, they're back.
What's up?
Yeah.
Not sure what happened. All of a sudden, we were just out. We thought something had messed up on
Welcome
your
to my stream. Don't know what happened, and you're
Right.
out.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm telling you, I don't know if it wasn't for Toby and everybody texting me, I wouldn't know I had no camera because I was still seeing myself like I am now. I had no idea. And what was funny is I was at the top of the chat starting back to try to catch up, and everybody at the bottom of the chat was like, "No camera, no camera." And then Toby's texting me.
That's why I texted you.
Yeah, no camera, and I was like, "Shit." Anyway,
That's crazy.
yeah, this is good. This is Old
What are you
Carter.
doing, Toby?
Well, it looks like Puffs and Pours is about to be kicked off, so we might have to.
Yeah. Sorry, bad joke, Bourbon Bites. What Clifton say? Bottom Cliffy needs a spot.
Appreciate it, John.
Y'all getting ready to go? Okay. No rush. Please hang out. I've got to find out. Ethan, I need you to send me a text of what stick is for tonight. I mean, damn, there goes Toby.
Oh no, it is the flathead, Marty. The CAO flathead.
Okay, let me write that down. Is that red wrapper?
Yeah, I think you have a red wrapper because we couldn't find any more of the black wrappers. So
Okay,
I'm pretty
that's
sure you
good.
have a red wrapper.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
only
I've got the
difference is
sample.
the Tola.
Are we going to just keep the sample to us or blind for a while, or are we going to?
I put it in the thumbnail. It's
Oh,
Do you want to know what it is?
yeah. Tell me.
It's the Stag 23C.
Okay. Sweet.
And it looks like we're probably going to have to swap over and start
Yeah, go
it.
ahead. I know it's 8 o'clock and 8:30. I know it's tight, and
Yep.
y'all may have to start it even. So
Yeah.
Hey, Marty,
That's
do you see Randal backstage?
no,
Okay.
he said he might be a few minutes.
That was Roger.
did.
Randall's
Roger,
trying to get in.
I'm trying to. That's fine.
Well, all right. Let us get that started. We'll see y'all.
All right, guys. We'll see y'all in a bit. Thank
Yeah, we'll
you
see y'all
for
in a bit.
jumping on.
Bye, guys.
Yeah, of course. Thanks for having us.
Spoiler alert, Trey said. I know, man. I know you've got it. I'm sorry. What am I missing? Did I miss Clifton? Clifton, I'm sorry, buddy. What did I do wrong? Nothing. Bourbon Bites. Trying to be better with watching channels throughout the week. So excited. Oh, cheers, man. Guys, Richie, somebody drop Clifton's link if you can. Good dude right there. All right. E is sweet rye spice, man. I think that D's an Old Carter. Top Jimmy. I think it's
Yeah.
Sweet rye spice. Did you when that stuff came out, I guess, or was really good and popular, probably 3 years ago, 3.5 years ago, did you see it a lot around you or not really?
Oh no,
Carter.
it was all over the place, but it was interesting because it wasn't really in any of the chain stores. You didn't see it much in Total Wine or Liquor Barn. You primarily only saw it in the independents.
Okay, yeah. That because Mark and shit, they kind of had those relationships with smaller stores, from what I remember. When I had them on years ago, a few years ago, and I remember talking about that, and they're like, "Yeah, this is not a brand for a chain. This is a higher end kind of limited." And then when they started reaching out in DC and getting some of these other state bottles, I think it might have changed a little bit, but I think it's pretty much stayed to pretty much tight knit liquor stores. Yeah, that's solid. He's good. He's freaking hot too. 136.9. I don't know why I'm throwing a damn 9 on there. Let's just 9er. 136.9er. Yeah, that might be my favorite. I don't think I've had this one. So, W, what do you think? Where are you standing on this Star Hill Farm?
Love it.
Okay.
Love it. I mean, like everybody, I didn't really know what to expect, and I think it kind of caught all of us off guard, and it's fantastic.
Yeah, I think so too. I think it's just especially when you go back to it the second time and you're like, my gosh.
Yeah.
It's just heavy. It's got good heat. What's the damn proof on it? I can't remember. 114.6. 114.7 actually.
Yeah, it's a good proof point.
Yeah, and it's makers. It's makers. Yeah. They got outside the box.
Right. Yeah, it's kind of like I've told you guys, offline. It kind of has come and gone through Lexington, but I have some info that I may bump into, a little bit more of it tomorrow.
Okay. Let me move that. Anyway, all right. This is solid. This might be my first placer. What time is it? 8:40. We're doing good.
You got plenty of time. Take your time.
Man. Yeah. D's a little more complex. E has a little more bite to it. I don't think it's. I'm gonna call this one 7 to 9 year. That's kind of broad. I'm gonna call. I don't know what Old Carter used to be on the rye side, but I said 7 or 8 year. I can't remember if Greg got a batch. I don't know. It was one of the earlier batches. Top Jimmy, it was batch 6 or 7 of the rye, and it was a banger. I mean, It was just flat out. But those things, I mean, if you, back when those were released for us around here, and when I lived in Tennessee, if you didn't have somebody that called you and said, "Hey, man, this bottle," you were not. It was not online for sale. It was not an option to, run down here and see if they might have gotten some in.
Right.
Now let's look at the Legend pour. Did you
Top
see
dog.
that? Did you see how smooth that was?
Oh, Wheel Horse. I love Wheel Horse.
Here.
I'm doing good.
Yeah, I love that.
There we go.
We just watched you pour that, and you did it like a damn trained professional.
Well, I didn't know I was on, so
that's what made it great. I got you on so quick that you didn't even know, and you did your thing.
It's unbelievable.
I know. Guys, in case if anybody's watching and do not know who this legend is down below in the camouflage, which I don't blame him. I'd wear camouflage on my stream. This is the executive producer for the Whiskey Knows. I
just poured a bunch of drinks for the team behind the scenes. They're all doing good.
Yeah.
They're just running this show. Security is difficult right now. We got a lot of people out front.
Yeah, that's Gerth Brooks's problem. He's supposed to be handling that.
I know.
Renee's got all my beach trip and everything set up for next week, so travel's good. I've got to get with her when the Mash and Journey thing is finally set up, so I can get all that covered, all the security taken care of. World's Worst Bourbon Channel. Gary knows. I forgot Gary. Yes, thank you for speaking up. Batches 5 and 7 are the sweeter sherry batches. I told you, and I said this was a sherry batch. 6 and 8 were marked batches, and 9 was a blend of 7. Oh wow! Or so I have been told. Wow, that's this. Gary, have you had any of the newer stuff from Mark? That
It
Jason did. He had some
It-
samples.
it just dropped here around 2 weeks ago, in the store that I go to all the time. Sold all 6 bottles in a couple hours before I got there.
He say how much they were?
They were over the 200, I believe.
I think
I'm not sure on that, but they sold out instantly. And he goes, "Do you want one?" I said, "Well, if it's still there when I get there," and it wasn't there.
Yeah, I think if you can find those for now after the hype and everything, 250 under, I think.
Yeah.
I don't know, but there's a lot out now. I mean, like we were talking about. Oh, I think I have batch 6, the Old Carter Rye. So that's probably what I'm guessing. So 6 would not be a sherry, from what Gary, or was it? 5 and 7 are sherry, 6 and 8 are Mark. Wow. Okay. Yep. Bourbon bites. If I'm awake, I'm there. Yeah, me too. Okay. Yeah, that's good. E's really solid. I really, really like E, whatever it is, Greg. Yes, I did a tasting there last month. I thought the new American whiskey was great. Okay, good. They always had for me, their platform that was always great was American anyway. Those blends.
I agree with that.
Yeah. I've got batch 9 over there. And I can't remember what the other one, and then the other one opens is a couple club releases that were fair.
I think the last one was Tennessee Batch 3, if I'm not mistaken. I didn't even get to see the bottle, and it was gone. But he did 2 before that, I remember.
Yeah, Greg, this is the Greg MC Papaw Rye Blonde. Absolutely it is. Hang on here. Let me fix this. Is Renee, is she traveling?
No, she's home.
Okay, good.
Yep. We got some remodeling going on, so she's going to be home for, I would say, probably till after the first of the year, I hope.
Oh, wow.
Yep, and we got some travels coming up, which is good.
You mean like just you two fun stuff?
Yeah.
Good.
Yep.
I think I've found one, Greg. I found one, and it's taped up. So we'll go with Answer Key Blind Rye Flight. So I'm assuming that's it.
Marty, how many samples are in your blind?
5. A, B,
Okay.
C, D, E.
Okay.
I can't. My camera's so tight. I can't show them all, but yeah. So I just
Yeah, you're
poured
good.
whatever's sample B. These beautiful Top Dog glasses. He finally got Hawk straightened out, and it made a terrible stream.
I had to. That stream was unbelievable. I had to send them glasses after that.
So I guess it was probably a month ago or so. It's probably longer than that. Probably 6-7 weeks ago. Scott was doing a blind, and it was a monster. And he had Glenn's out, and he was trying to keep them in order. And me and John are watching, and then we start texting. And John's like, "I'm gonna fix this." I was like, "Yep, I know you can." And then the last blind he did 2 weeks ago, I guess.
Yeah.
He had all.
They did a barrel pick first. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. He had all these glasses and everything and set up, and I was like, "Oh yeah,
yeah."
Now we got a party.
I got Darrell straightened out.
Good.
Thanks to your advertising, I got the Hawk straightened out, and a few more to come.
Sweet. Well, the Glens turned out great. I need to get some more. I've been watching that Walmart site for us because you said they'll go down to 20 something.
We should buy as soon as they hit 29.
Okay.
Right now they're at 38.
Damn, 29 is cheap.
Yep. I just did a nice big order for Baker's Drinks, which was nice.
Oh, Troy and Laura.
Yep.
Good people.
But the problem is shipping that way is the hard part.
Yeah. Or so I believe Fritzy said.
Yep.
Yes, Greg. I think this is the one I've got, Greg. I think I'm good. But if not, after I do it, We'll do it in chat. That way, I don't even have to open that one, but we can see. A was young. A was youthful. 117 proof. Guys in chat, let us know what you're drinking. I haven't seen much. I just know Trey's killing 3 bottles. A's got.
I'm sticking with
funk.
I'm sticking with Green River the rest of the night.
Which one?
Either this Wheel Horse
Oh,
or
yeah.
that Heroes is amazing.
Look at this sexy guy. Went and got his shirt and his hat.
Yeah.
You know what I want to say so bad right now with that shirt.
Nothing goes with a moo like a whiskey nose hat.
Hey. You know, if you know, you know, right, Greg?
Hey,
Oh,
I know it's over. What the fuck's the use of dressing up at this point in time?
that's right, man. Nobody's here for a fashion show.
Yeah. Whatever fucking looks I had, that ship sailed fucking years ago.
Oh my God, Mark
know what?
B, thank you, buddy.
I don't even know what's in there. I was looking at an answer key to some other stuff that I had for you. I think you have a bourbon one too, don't you?
We did it.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, because I found the notes for it.
No, I think there was another one.
Hell, if it is, I don't know.
I'll be coming out with labeled envelopes next.
Like a box that you can drop the thing in.
Yeah.
Look for A, B, C, D, and E.
That's what these are.
All right. And these are rye. All right. I think there's another A, B, C, and D you have somewhere.
I think we did it. I think I did it.
Maybe you did.
I don't have it. These are all right. I had them all together.
All right.
Marty, I'll reach out to the guys in the back to go through the past videos to see. I'll confirm that by the end of the show.
Yeah, there you go. I like that.
Yeah.
C's a banger. C's got a little bit of a youth kick.
I have no idea what you're drinking.
That's okay.
I can't even remember. I don't even think I took a picture of the key.
It's all right. I'll crack it here in a minute because I've been through them once, and I think E's my favorite, then D, and then B, C, A. I don't know. B's got a little bit of damn youth now. Well, that's still right. It's good, solid. All right, Greg, have you bought any scotch? 'Cause I have not.
I think I had 1 or 2 bottles that I had in storage over Unicorn. I had them shipped to me. I have an older Lagavulin, and I think there was one more. I can't remember what that was. But no, I think the last thing I bought was that Eureka with you.
Yeah, that damn thing's solid. It's hard. That one was hard to review because it was such a mid-late palate, but it didn't over exceed the smoke. Does that make sense? I felt like it was just a fine line of everything on the palate, and nothing ever kind of got out of the car. If you know what I mean, everything stayed in the car when it drove over the palate.
I thought it was what their committee releases should be. It was $90 for 104 proof scotch that's probably 8 to 10 years old.
Yeah. Yep. Wheelhouse. Do you see this? I got sent. I showed it 2 weeks ago. I still haven't reviewed it yet, but I don't know if y'all. This is a actual place in Ireland.
All right, no comment needed.
Buddy, I about fell out on the floor when I opened the box.
Can I say something, or should I just keep it to myself?
Dude, I looked it up. I mean, this is straight up legit, and I can't remember. There's an actor or somebody that I think that's his juice.
They don't have a sister company called Ditch Liquor, do they?
I damn if it ain't thundering here again. I swear to God, we can't get a break.
I think we're missing it. You know, it works our way from
north.
It just passed us, so You guys can have it now.
Maybe get a little. Ah, the bourbon jerk is here.
Let
Thank
me
you,
see.
Cheers time.
I don't think we're getting it tonight, Marty. I think it's kind of, well, maybe I should probably check the radar.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm about damn rained out, and humidity.
Yeah, the humidity's low here today, I
I'm
believe,
sorry.
because I'm sitting outside, which is nice.
Yeah, you're getting.
It was-
I'm sorry. Yeah, you're getting hammered, Marty. It's kind of missing this thing, guys.
Yeah. Randall, just go back out and restart the tab because StreamYard is weird sometimes. Randall's trying to jump on and having trouble.
I'll tell you what. Don't sleep on these things. I'll tell you what. These are pretty good.
Hey, Trey.
I agree. I pick up everyone I see.
Oh,
Hang on, Greg.
Yeah, everyone I see.
Which one is it? What warehouse is that?
this is
Tyrone.
Camp Nelson E.
Ah,
But they're all good.
Yeah.
oh, yeah.
No.
Look at this guy.
What's up?
Hey,
Anything
Cheers,
else?
Trey.
So, since you're
Cheers.
here, cheers. Yo. Tell me how was Oaklore? You went what last week or a week before?
Yeah, we actually enjoyed that quite a bit. Very, very small place, but you know, it was a cool experience. They only had a handful of their bottles to purchase right now, but everything that they've done, I think they said they've been in business since 23.
Yeah.
And everything that they had done since then, they had bottles on the shelf that you could actually sample. So that was pretty cool.
Yeah, he
So-
was. I found out when we did Tom's stream last week, and I know you were there. That Oaklore was buying stuff from Logan and Southern Star, so they're getting really good source stuff to do their little blends, and I think they're doing a pretty good job, to be honest, with the bourbon and the rye.
Yes, let's see. I picked up. I picked up one of their straight bourbons, and let's see, one of their ryes. Yeah, there, and a T-shirt.
There you go.
Yep.
There you go.
Awesome.
So yeah, no, it was a cool place. It was. I'm glad we caught your stream that week because we happened to be over on the other side of the Carolinas, and it was a great way to spend the day on the way back.
Well, good. Did you try any of the port finish?
Yes, actually, let's
Look
see. You
here.
know what?
Hey, girl, look at that OG hat. Golly, that's awesome. That's so cool.
There you go. We tried. Here is our storyteller port finished.
Is that the
I
rye
think
or the bourbon?
this one. Let me read that, babe. Let's see.
Port cask finish.
Yeah, I don't have my glasses, damn it.
That's all right.
Um,
I think one of them he told us was very, very rare, and I think it might be the rye one. I think.
Okay, that's probably not this one. Actually, this one does say North Carolina raw whiskey finished in port cask.
I don't put any stock in what I just said because it could be a 50-50 chance because I don't remember which one he said it was when I met him here in Raleigh, Jack. So I don't remember, but yeah.
I'm not a raw finish kind of guy, but I'll be honest, those were some of the best I've had.
Yeah.
So we picked one up.
Good. I'm glad you like it. I know me and Top Jimmy talked about it. I know Greg. Hell, I know everybody here. We're all big French oak fans. So when you say French oak, my hand goes up real quick.
Yep.
So, but yeah, I'd like to see them do a little French oak finish, kind of like limousine rye, something like that, because I think those are pretty solid bottles. Yeah, guys, it's thundering like hell. If something happens, it's not me. Well, it may be. You never know.
That was here earlier.
Yeah, I'm just on the very corner bottom of it.
Marty, if it is lightning outside, if you can get Fred off the telephone pole, because he's holding the cables together right now. Exactly.
Yeah, we'll see if we can get him down.
Yeah.
He's a new grandpa, by the way.
Yeah, he should not be up on that pole
No,
keeping this
yeah,
connection.
His family needs him.
Yeah.
Fries finished and pork casts are fire. Yeah, I agree, Raj. Yep, for sure. All right, Greg, I'm gonna break this down because I think I got an idea of what this is, as in what my guesses are. As we don't know nothing until I open that.
I'm glad you have the key because I have no idea. I don't.
Well, I found it this morning, and I was afraid I was going to have to text you and say, Greg, you still got that key for that? Okay, good. All right. Okay, so my favorite is I'm going to go D, C. Let me go back to E. E was pretty damn solid. D, E might beat C. They're all about okay. D, C, E, B, A. All right, we got it. Got it. All right, sealed up. See what we got here.
See if I can find my camera. I got one of those extinct fireflies that just landed on me.
Well, you're now a multi-millionaire, so congratulations.
Oh man, I'm gonna get hooked on bourbon again.
Oh no. Uh-oh. Look at this guy.
Holy mackerel.
Jesus Christ! There goes the neighborhood.
That's right. Peace, love, and whiskey, brother.
Peace and whiskey, y'all. How y'all doing?
He can live in my neighborhood. I'll sell him a house next door.
All right, let's see what we'll go with A first, since I said it was. All right. This is not for me. This is for Greg, so he can remember what he sent me.
I'm not picking on you, Marty. But it's
No,
been
dude. I've had this a long time.
I sent that a long time ago.
It's 100% my fault. Yeah, 100%. So, okay, highway. Oh, wait a minute.
As usual, Marty's been slacking on us.
This, dude, you have no idea. High West Double Rye. Okay. I said it was a little bit youthful. And this is it Lincoln County ABC pick? Does that make sense, Greg?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Great brandy finish. So this is one of the red and black, the black and gold double ryes. I've got 2 or 3 of them over there. That makes sense now. 100% sense.
Hey, Marty. Hey, Marty.
Yeah.
Whatever the age statement says, add 2 years.
It doesn't. So I said 4 to
In
6.
Marty's time, that's 7 years.
Yeah.
I do dog years, man. We know that.
That's got to be. Well, never mind. It's probably. I think that's probably about a year ago. I sent you that stuff, isn't it?
I don't know.
I forgot completely about it.
Quit making me feel worse.
Yeah, you'll put that picture of me up. So
I do, and I tried to do it earlier, and I was afraid it'd shut the freaking
We'll
camera
call it
off. Not because you're ugly, just because I had technical issues to start.
we'll call it a truce. I'll quit busting your balls, and you won't put that picture of me up. So it's all
okay.
I have no idea where that picture came from.
Yeah. Fuck you,
All right.
Jim.
Hey, he made it.
He did.
I think I have Marty's operating system on my computer.
So that was what was the proof on that thing, Marty?
51.5, so 103.
Okay, yeah.
And I said 117, and you know why? Because of the finish. I didn't think anything about. I didn't try to guess any finishes, and I just said 117 MGP rye. I think that is MGP rye.
I think it is. I think they sourced from there.
But yeah, these things. I'll show you a bottle of what we're talking about.
Yeah.
Mm.
This is the Spanish brandy. This is a thing. I had 2 or 3 of these for about a couple years here.
Is it just me or can y'all hear him good?
Eh,
Okay.
yeah.
Randall, say something.
Speaking to the microphone, Marty.
Me? Oh no, I
I'm
wasn't
here.
near the mic. I wasn't near the mic when I poured
Okay.
the bottle. Yeah, no, sorry. All right. Sample B, I had in second place. That is Rock Wine and Spirits Jersey Guys pick, 8-year. Okay. I said it's 95.5 MGP,
That's right.
113 proof. I said 116. I said
Yeah.
it had a little bit of a sweet American kind of kick to it, but I know it wasn't American whiskey. I'm just saying. That one was pretty solid too, Greg. Do you remember that bottle?
Yeah, I think I had got a 6 and an 8-year from them. I might still have a little bit of a left. And it was pretty cheap when I got it off that Rock Wine Spirits website. So that was a pretty good one.
Yeah, that dude's a hitter too. I liked it too.
What was it, 8-year?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not to interrupt anything, but Marty, I did get you an interview in Chicago for Broadway to be in Jersey Guy.
Well,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah. Jersey Boys is older now, and you're a Jersey guy.
Before, yeah. Well, I'd rather keep my mouth shut. It'd been funnier than shit. I'll just say that. But I need to. Y'all know me well enough. Like Mark says, a Kentucky redneck. I just need to. Yeah. Mark's drinking a killer. I'll show that bottle again, Mark. That's a damn banger.
Which
Is that
one?
That Lecheg?
Oh, yeah, that's what I'm just normal. Look, check 10
be-
years what I'm sipping right now. I do have this one though, and this one's really good too. It's the Sinclair series. It's quite good. Very
So okay.
compared to the color.
Oh yeah, you can see the red cherry
Yeah.
color to it.
That one's really good.
I might be maxed out, Trey. I'm not sure. He said he's in the background, but I don't see him. I may
I
need
can
to up the old subscription.
7. Should be maxed out at 7.
That's 7.
I wouldn't think.
Well, I wouldn't either. I wouldn't either. So I don't know.
Marty, I can bounce and go. I got some work to do in the background. The guys are getting really rambunctious right now because they're
Okay.
thirsty and they need to be fed.
Okay. Well, if it doesn't work, can you come back, please?
Okay, I'll be in chat.
Okay. Thank you, buddy. All right. E, C, and D are bangers. Straight up bangers. I said E had a sweet rye spice, high proof, 7-9 year, 137, 136.9. E. A, B, C, D, E. I can't make, is it Peerless? Heritage?
Parker's Heritage?
Oh yeah, Parker's Heritage.
Okay.
Yeah, the C got washed out. Parker's Heritage, 17th edition, 10-year, barrel entry proof, bottled at 128, proof 64.4.
Yeah.
That was a good bottle.
128.
And I had it at 130. I knew it was up there. It wasn't that hot, but damn.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was that
Pretty
green
good
one.
on the proof stuff though.
I think that was the green one from not last year. Last year was the malt, so I think it was the year before, Marty.
Yeah,
It's a
that
10-year.
banger. Yeah, that's good. C. I'll go back to C. Should have seen this one coming. Jack Daniel's single barrel proof.
Bourbon or rye.
It's a rye.
Okay.
I can't tell what the spirits, what the name of the store.
Send me a picture. I'll
Yeah,
translate.
let me do that because
Wow. I
Greg's
thought
been
my
a doctor
handwriting
for a
wasn't
long
that
time.
bad.
What, Greg? You're not a doctor? What the hell? I thought you were a doctor.
It's like the fucking UN. We need headsets on here.
135.7.
Damn.
No, I'm good.
I said, wait a minute, ABC. Yeah, I said 132.
Did you send it here? I think I have an idea what this
Damn
is.
close.
I sent it.
All right.
You said 132 and it's 137. That's pretty damn close.
Yeah, that, and I didn't get a lot of jack off that baby.
Haven't gotten it.
Care for the bourbons, but the ryes are fantastic.
Didn't go through, Marty.
It's coming. It could be the weather.
Oh, there we go.
Randall, you sipping?
Yeah, I'm doing the Elijah Craig C924 tonight.
Oh, that's the Southern Spirits, 135.7 proof.
Okay.
Wow. Okay.
That was, yeah.
That's a banger.
I haven't heard of
Real
Southern
good.
Spirits.
And then sample 3, I got it backwards. I thought that was the old Carter. Wait a minute. C's the old Carter.
Yeah.
Batch number 10, 116.6. I said 122, 6 or 8 year. I don't know if we know age statements on those. We probably.
I don't think they say them. I'm not even sure. Does anyone even know where they source that shit from?
We may know, but I don't know.
Does it taste Kentucky rye or does it taste like an MGP rye?
MGP.
Okay.
It's heavier than a Kentucky. Yeah, that baby, that's solid. It's. I swear to God, I still like the Jack better.
That Southern Spirits was a good one.
I tell you, we saw when we were in Mississippi with Katie and Ethan. We saw the what's that special edition they did for the rye? It was a charity. Was it? Those were all Coy Hill bottles.
Rock Hill.
I can't remember what the Jack. It was a Jack Daniel's rye, but I can't remember what the charity it was. But apparently, it was a pretty big release, and it went to several different locations. Yeah, that dude was a banger. That's good. High West Double Rye. I didn't even think finish. That kind of pisses me off because I should have got that.
Well, shit, except for the Jack, is all that shit? That's all MGP except for the Jack, then.
Yeah, I got MGP on the first one, but I quit guessing after that because I just forgot. It is absolutely pissing outside. God almighty. Ridiculous. Yeah, that's great. Greg, thank you, man. That was awesome.
You're welcome.
That's awesome.
Greg always has some great samples.
Yes, he
Yeah,
does.
speaking of which, I've got.
Although his Scotch samples are better.
Well, I was thinking about changing up for the Sunday thing. You're not around this Sunday, are you?
No, I'm gone the next 2 weekends.
That's what I was going to say. I'll send them out, but I talked to Anthony and I said that I thought that you were gone. You were gone. Well, you were back in Tennessee Father's Day weekend, right? This coming weekend and the following weekend?
No, we're at the beach this Saturday to Saturday.
Nice.
Are you doing another live from Litchfield?
No, that's where we're going. So that is for shoot. That did not turn out well. It did turn out well. Who am I kidding?
I think it was the 4th of July, wasn't it? Weekend where the fireworks were going on.
No, I think it was just a bunch of rednecks shooting fireworks.
Same difference.
Trey, what's going on?
Oh, just another day.
Well, that's good, I guess.
Seems like you're headed to the beach next week too.
Yeah, leaving Saturday.
Yeah.
We're headed to Destin tomorrow.
Are you?
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Some nice sand there.
Yeah, white.
Hey.
I'm headed to Colorado myself.
Oh, you heading back out?
Yep. Next Sunday.
How long you gonna be gone?
3 weeks.
Like, was it last summer you went out there? You stayed for a while and I remember the backdrop and you were cutting the driveway and all that stuff. And
Yep.
okay, same place.
Yep. Yeah, I'd be up right close to Purgatory.
Well, so let me just think. Looks like the sample's probably going to be sometime mid to late July then, right? When are you going to be back, Mark?
Yeah, what is it, 19th of July? I think I'll be back in town.
Okay.
I mean, will anybody be there to pick up anything if I send it?
Oh, yeah, my wife's here.
Okay.
Yeah, she'll be here.
All right. I'll put it together, but it looks like it's going to be about 3 or 4 weeks before.
Okay.
Eric, let me know if that's better.
One thing to do, though, put them in the glass bottles. Don't send the plastic bottles in July, August, because they were liable to leave them outside my gate, which has happened before because I got some samples from Kilco, and they put them in plastic bottles in a black box, and the 110-degree weather kind of melted a couple of them, and they just kind of oozed all over the box. So glass bottles are preferable, at least in the Texas heat.
Mark, do I ever send you plastic bottles, Mark?
No. I'm just saying, just the
How dare you? It's a first-class operation here. How dare you?
I know. Uptown. What the hell? I don't know what I was even thinking.
I might have to change it up too. You know what? It's been Scotch the last couple of times. I'm going to change it up some.
Well, sure. Throw an Irish or, hey, no Malort though.
No.
Although I never tried Malort, so
throw that in there.
It sucks. The muff liquor.
Dude, this is straight up real. Google it. I'm not kidding. I had to. And I was like, this can't. And I haven't cracked it yet. And I told Colin I'd review it.
Oh, Marty, I need a sample of that one.
Yeah, we'll see. You'll see.
That was your nickname when you were single, wasn't it, Mark? Isn't that was your nickname? Before you were married.
Yeah, really. I agree, Fritzy.
Wow.
Trey, did it do anything different? I mean, did you just jump back in and you were there, or?
Yeah, no, I just reset the browser and it let me back in.
Okay.
Hey Marty, is that an American bottle or is that overseas?
Oh, it's overseas. Muff is a location.
Okay.
In Ireland.
Okay.
Really?
Yeah, it says peated smoke, triple distilled, inspired by the peat.
I was just curious because I thought it was
Irish.
Yeah, 86 proof.
Nice.
All right.
I was just curious that if it was a domestic bottle, what the guys and the gals at the TTB would say when they got that. What's up next?
Yeah. There's my main man, Mark Mace. Cheers. Good to see you, my friend.
Oh, Mark Mace is in chat?
Yeah, he is.
Awesome.
Marty, you know what Trey and I think of peaty scotches?
I love peated stuff.
I actually do know what you do. I know exactly what you two think of it. That.
The Terminator.
Not our jam.
Hey, it was a fun boat trip by the end of the day. I'll tell you that much, though.
That's true. That's true.
I sent them a,
if you started with maybe a Springbank or maybe like a Highland Park that's slightly peated, maybe in a sherry cask, you might be able to work your way into it. You don't want to start out with an Ardbeg or a Lafroig or a Lagavulin, and those are just that's diving into the deep end of the pool. You don't want to start out with that.
No,
I don't think I wrote it down because I put it on the bottles.
One of them was a sherry.
Martin, you're low in the chat as far as your volume is a little low.
Is it still low?
No, that's better now.
Okay. No, I didn't write it down because I put it on.
I agree, Greg. Yeah, don't start off. Don't dive feet first into like Ardbeg or Lafroig.
No Ardbeg, no Lafroig, no Lagavulin, nothing like that.
I did. My first little sample of peated stuff was Highland Park And I'm like, oh, this is pretty good. I'm catching a little bit of, peat in this. Of course, it was a Highland peat. And I'm like, well, everybody's talking about Lafroig. I'm going to try the Lafroig 10. I tried that one. I'm like, oh, my God.
Yeah.
This is horrible. How can anybody drink this crap? It's so medicinal and, it's just horrible. Oh, my God. Since then, I've grown to like it.
That was Scott. That was Scott on Tuesday night with 2 unpeated scotches.
Really? Unpeated?
Oh.
Yeah, he had a Glen Scotia 10-year and a Loch Lomond 12.
Okay.
I think the red label. And he didn't care. He didn't care for either one of them.
See, that was more my jam. I can't do the peat. I don't know what it is. It's like a rise for the most part. For me, they just take over, and I miss everything else.
Yeah.
But I have a very sensitive palate too, so it doesn't take much for me to get it.
Yeah. No, it was funny.
I'll tell you one of the ones that really turned me around on it.
Wow. Ugadal.
This one.
Yeah.
Ugadal. That one, it was more like brisket burn-ins when you tasted it and smelled it.
Okay.
And I'm down here in Texas now.
Yeah,
Granted, I'm a Kentucky boy, but that one there, I'm like, oh my God, this is it's like barbecue. It really is. It's got that kind of a nose and taste to it. I'm like, oh, I might be able to get into this. And
that's actually yeah. I got to taste
I'm a meathead.
Got to taste that. We did a Highlands festival last summer, and Ardbeg had a big sampling thing where I tasted about 8 different ones, and the Ugadal was one of them. Yeah. It actually wasn't that bad. Still not necessarily for me, but it was pretty good. I ended up getting one of those for my dad for Christmas because he loved it so much. But,
there you go.
Yeah. But that's not too bad. That's a good one.
Yeah.
Trey, if you want to find him, if you want to try to find him another one like that, well, I mean, like, is that this Eureka? Greg got me.
There's another one it's not too much. It's a Lagavulin 16. Sorry, I apologize for the coloration, but 16 years and it mellows it so much. The smoke and everything else, it just really mellows it out a lot.
Okay.
It's a little more expensive bottle, the 16-year, but
sure,
it's good.
But this one here, Trey,
Ardbeg, Eureka.
Yeah.
Eureka.
Yeah.
Okay.
He would enjoy this. This is a fruity bomb with peat.
There you go.
I'll look for that. I picked up the Ugadal at B&B. I wonder if maybe by chance they have that as well.
I've seen that from time to time, but they get like 1 or 2 bottles, not.
Oh, dang.
They don't get a ton in.
And don't overpay for it. I wouldn't pay Greg, more than 100.
Yeah, I think I got a deal worked out for me and Marty's because I know the guy that owns the store and I buy a lot of stuff off of him. So I got, I don't know what was ours, Marty, like $72 or $4 out the door, which is below, I think retail's like $89.99 plus tax.
Yeah.
But he gave me a deal pretty much not too much over cost. But I think they're $89.99 plus tax.
Sure, those are both slightly peated. Sure, you talking about the Glen Scotia and the Loch Lomond? I don't know. I've not had those.
Oh, I like Glen Scotia.
Ken said Lager 16 was his gateway. I can see that too. Sure.
Yep. Yeah, it's peated. The Lager 16 is peated, but it's not like in your face peated, versus like the Ugadal and Ardbeg 10, and some of those. They're like. And then there again, some of the Isla stuff is like it smacks you upside the face, and once you get into peated stuff, then that's a good one to go to. Our kind of transition up to, I should say.
Yeah.
Because one of the ones that I really started out with was like Highland Park. That's really lightly peated, and it's kind of in the background. You'll notice it a little bit of smoky in the background. With like a heather, it's a floral note, and it's really good. I'm like, oh, this is nice. You know,
Yeah.
and then you kind of graduate or build up to the island stuff.
I think on going just kind of flipping a page back to bourbon. I want the panel here to get Roger and especially Top.
This
Jimmy.
is a good one, Marty. This is I think this is a Highland. I don't think it's either Highland or
Did
Space.
you hear me talking, Mr.
Oh, I'm
Miller?
sorry.
I mean, whose show is this? I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Greg, go ahead. You know I'm kidding.
That's a good question, Marty.
It's the Scotch.
Ardmore.
Yeah, I think this is like a 2016 release. I got it on an auction site, and it's slightly peated, but it's pretty good.
I got you. Now I done lost my damn train. No, I'm kidding. No,
You go back to bourbon.
Yeah, just we're in June. Year's halfway through. We're halfway through 2025. So I want to ask everybody here, and I'm especially with Randall and Top Jimmy being able to be here and both trays, with what we've bought this year, and Greg's right in the middle of it too, and Mark. What we've bought this year, do you think so far in 2025 we have exceeded what has come out and what had come out in 2024 up to this point?
I think what came out last
Nah.
year.
Right now,
Well, they haven't even come out with the Stag Junior yet.
Well, I mean, so much was dumped at the end of last year. It's kind of hard to say.
Yeah.
I feel like the only big producer that's actually putting out something better is probably Wild Turkey, just because they're pushing the boundaries right now.
Yeah.
You know, some of their stuff, some of their offerings they're putting out, but they put out some great stuff last year too.
I mean, we got PFG, Baumberger's PFG this year. We got Star Hill Farms this year.
You got the 7 from Old Fitz.
Old Fitz.
You
got the presidents, but nobody got it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and that's the same thing with the new Riff High Notes. Not a lot of people could get those, and they're bangers too.
Right. Oh, those are I forgot about those. Those are fantastic.
Yeah, but if anybody can get to New Riff, get those damn Silver Grooves, man. These things.
Oh
they're in the shop at New Riff. But they're only at the distillery.
Yeah, and they're $56.
Yeah,
that rye is really good.
Yeah, thank you, Joe.
Okay, I haven't tried this. I just released it, the batch 2, but the batch 1 of the Bookers this year wasn't bad.
That's right, Fritz.
If anyone's tried it, it's pretty decent.
The batch 2 is not bad. I like batch 1 better.
If you tried the 2 tray,
yeah, I've got a bottle right now at the house, and I've got the new little book too. I think it's better than both currently, and I usually don't say that about little book. I usually think they're not on as for the money. You know, if you're talking about for the money, I think little book doesn't quite live up to what it could be to me.
No, I think they kind of, when they did a batch 3 with all the really old Ultra Age stuff, it's kind of like
You tried this one yet?
Look at him flexing.
It's not bad for a weeder.
Got it right now.
That's how Jimmy's got it. It's not bad.
Is that Booker's tub, Jimmy?
No, that was the Old Fit 7 year that he was holding the bottle up.
Someone crossed it last weekend for MSRP, so
yeah.
It's like what, $60?
The thing that surprised me about that Old Fitz
58
bottle,
and some change.
I was surprised that the Old Fitz had as much spice on it as it does. I was not expecting that.
I didn't get that. It's more like a really nice, light, sweet weeder to me.
Okay.
Yeah.
How far down in the bottle
got it.
with that, Mark? How much of that have you drank?
Huh?
How far down into it are you?
How far down into that Old Fitz are you?
Just to the shoulder now.
Yeah, that's going to change a little bit when you go further down. You'll see.
You think so?
I think so. Yeah, I tried it.
Fritz, I agree.
Yeah, that's like these things here. Is you got to wait till these get about right here, and then they start getting into the sweet spot when you first come in. You know,
Like,
not
I
bad.
think Rich,
Look at
yeah.
him.
Richie Z said in the conversation that it changed when he got through some of the bottle.
Yeah.
Greg, look at the darkness on this sucker.
Oh my God, it looks like coffee.
Yeah, that's a Scotch.
Wow.
You know what? I think Universal has 2 or 3 of those Glenallachys. Not the one near Fuddruckers in Johnson City, the other one up near going towards Jonesboro. They had 2 or 3 of those in they're in white box. Was it in a box, Mark?
Mine was in like a gray box.
Yeah, silver gray box, Marty. Yeah.
Yeah, they had 2 or 3 of those.
It's a single cast pick from Specs.
Trey, that's another killer present too. Those Glenallachys. I think you and Trey would like Glenallachys still at Moncure Bay.
I think it's my first Glenallachie that I've had.
They
I'm a fanboy, so you know.
A couple of years ago, there was a bunch of them out, and then they quit putting them out, and then you're only on secondary or like auctions, and they've gotten to be a little bit pricey. What you had there, Mark?
Well, that one was like 135, but it was marked down to 88. And I'm like, oh, well, 88. I'll give a shot for that.
Yeah, that's like the Highland Parks that used to come in that brown canvas sack.
Yep.
There was a bunch of those out for a while, and then I don't think they're putting them out anymore. And they were pretty reasonable when they first came out, but they're kind of pricey now. But and those things are anything from, I've seen them from 12 to 16 years, and anything from like 128 to maybe 134 proof for a Scotch is a lot.
Yeah, that's high proof for a Scotch. It really is.
And it was all, they put them in that big, like, I think they all came in like a sherry ton. Is that their huge barrel? A ton?
Yep.
TUN?
Yep. I tell you what I'm seeing too is all these Bookers now are $89.
Mm-hmm.
Are y'all seeing that too?
That's what it is around here, Marty. That's ABC. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I do think
on the shelf.
I do think the prices are starting to come back to be a little more reasonable.
Yeah.
Yes. And that's awesome.
I know Bookers aren't that hard to come by, but yesterday I was in Costco, and not only did they have Bookers, they had a whole pallet from the floor up, like 7 layers. And it was like, it's one thing to have it. It's another thing to put that much money into Bookers when that's the 01 batch, and the 02 batch is just getting ready to hit.
Yeah. Of course.
But they have a great price on it. So
yeah, when you're buying whiskey by the train load, you can pretty much name your price what you want to get out of it. That's like you have the people who go into like a new Costco when they have it doing their little videos and stuff, and it's like, holy Christ, $22 for Buffalo Trace. You'll see below retail on most things, for even if it's like a Old Fitz, or you'll see like the Woodward barrel proof Woodfords that's maybe $10 or $15 below what you see suggested retail. So
and they've got
like an hour and a half to the closest Total Wine for us. So we got some liquor stores around here, but we're pretty much retail at best.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you what, you got good stores though. I can tell you for a fact.
We got a good selection around here. I mean, you can't complain.
No.
Has anybody seen the B batch of Elijah Craig? I have not. I've been looking for it.
Nope.
Not yet.
I've kind of quit looking for them though. I've kind of been burned out on them lately. I don't know.
Well, I think the new one, Trey, is supposed to be pretty good. The B batch. I think from what the people reviewed it, I don't think it's as good as the 923, but they're saying it's the best thing since then.
That's the last one I bought was the 923.
Yeah, they knocked the C924 down to $60 here. I think just to try to get it off the shelf.
Dang.
Nice.
So
there's 2 more. The Larceny and the Elijah Craig barrel proof. If you're patient, Costco will have them, and they'll have it cheaper than anybody else. Same with, the couple of the bottles we were chasing a couple of years ago. Heaven Hill Bottle and Bond. The 10-year from Heaven Hill that Jason's mom likes.
Henry McKenna.
Yeah.
They're $10 or $15 cheaper than any other store in Lexington.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, I think the one local guy that I go to up in Cherryville, he said that he got like, they sold a bunch of like the 924. He said they turned him over pretty good. So he got like 6 or 8, 10 cases of the A125, and that turned out to be kind of like a dud. And he said he couldn't sell the thing, so he had to sell them pretty much at cost. He said he sold them at like $45 plus tax, and they all went in like 2 or 3 days. Which wow,
Yeah.
But you know what? He's out nothing, and he got them out of there.
that's good. Yeah.
They won't. North Carolina is so freaking bad about that. Well, you know, Greg, we'll go in these ABC stores and shit will sit there, and even bad picks will sit there. It's like,
Well,
dude,
my neighbor Marty runs a store, and he said he saw the SKU come up for because I think in North Carolina all the Elijah Craigs have the same SKU in the computer. I don't know all the details. He said this was about a week or so ago, and he said, "Well, that must be the new B batch." He ordered like 3 cases, and it was the A batch. He said, "Fuck, I've got 3 cases that I can't sell. Now I got 3 more cases that I can't get rid of." He's going to have to put them on clearance or something like that.
Jeez.
I've enjoyed the larceny up until. Well, no, not that I haven't. I still like it better right now than what Elijah Craig's doing. For me,
I do too.
Just
I'm with
for
you,
me.
Marty.
And I don't back them up. I don't do anything. I just. What the hell? Right here's.
I'm more partial to the
I'm
larceny.
barely into the shoulder. I mean, and I put stickers on them so I know who's what.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I like these just as well.
See, I've been going for the 1792s. Just their little different offerings, a few picks here and there.
Oh, dude, that 100 proofer pick is a banger about every time.
And when you're in that price range, I mean, why not? I mean,
but remember, I put a thing on Patreon a few weeks back about I think it was a 1792 foolproof or something that it had a Sazerac sticker.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where I was kind of saying in Patreon is like, do you buy this when you see it or do you pass? And I was just interested in seeing what everybody's answer was. And for me, if I see the Sazerac sticker and I can't try it in the store, it's a pass.
Yeah, kind of like
that.
Like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's different. That's a shade different.
107. Yeah. If it's a 107 pick, I'd go ahead and buy it anyways. I'm trying it.
Sure. Oh, and thank you for Corvette Trey for this one, by the way.
But 1792 12-year at retail is a good deal.
Yeah.
The 12-year, it's like 96 and some change proof. I think it's like maybe $50 plus tax around here, something like that. That's a good
commented on it. I remember.
I think Jason had that in the blind last night. Wasn't that part of his 12-year blind?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
And I think
Tom Creek came in third.
I think they're coming up with a 15-year foolproof of that stuff. Of 1792.
I picked knob 12 over knob 18 or Elijah Craig 18 last year in a blind.
Well, you're going to get more proof off of it right off the start because you're going to be at 94 proof and 120.
Yeah.
Which I'm saying,
right.
I agree. That damn 18 year should not be 94 proof.
I agree.
Yeah. Knob 12 is definitely better than the normal 9.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have the 18, but I've got the 15, and I blinded the 12 against the 15 before I ever left Tennessee, and it beat it. Then
I was going to say I had the knob 12, the knob 18, the Elijah Craig 18, and a couple other 12 years, and the knob 12 was better than the knob 18 and the Elijah Craig 18 to me.
Sure,
there you go.
It just hit well.
And it depends on how much oak profile you really like.
Well, and that's the thing I usually do. I mean, I usually lean a little heavier on the oak, but it just, I don't know, the complexity of it. It was kind of like it was the sweet spot for that mash bill.
I got you.
Yeah, it was done really well.
Yep.
So
I like the 12. Well, I'm not a Knob Creek guy personally.
Yeah.
Lately, in the last year and a half, 2 years, I've gotten more in the Scotch than I have in the bourbons for a Kentucky guy. So, but still, I still like my bourbons and my rye. But
They need to start doing the Knob Creek 12 cast strengths. I mean, I
No,
know
there's no
big-
reason.
that would be fantastic.
the
I
picks,
agree with you.
we were down there. I helped the guy a couple weeks ago, and what the girl says, if she was correct, I don't know, is the picks are what, about 8-9 years now for the ones that have come in at the higher proof, and she said that they can't do anything over 128 proof because the bottles explode.
Oh shit! Okay.
What?
Get a new
What
bottle.
kind of slacking bullshit are they doing?
Shit.
That's Marty. That's what she
I've got
said.
like 130, 140 proof stuff.
She said that they can't do over 128 proof because the bottles will rupture and explode.
Okay, leave
Wow.
a little
I need to-
neck room in that bottle and be all right.
I got to
I mean,
share that with Jason. 'Cause
I'm not sure what she was saying and she let us try. I really shouldn't say it, but we did try the Bookers, which was okay. The little book, and then she brought us out like a little beaker full of the reserves this year with the tequila. It was okay. I'm not a big tequila fan, but it was okay because this Booker's the reserves this year. I think is going to be a tequila finish or something like that.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what Fred said earlier. What's up with all the tequila finishes? I don't know, man.
Yeah.
I think somebody just needs to try
I
something
mean,
different.
it was there. It wasn't overpowering. It was in the background, but I mean, I tried the reserves from last year, and just you had something good. Why screw around with it?
Yeah, I thought the Booker's Reserve was great. I like the Infinite better.
Yeah, Infinite was good too.
I mean, it's very close on those, but when they started with that tequila stuff, man, I don't know. I've had some tequilas done in bourbon barrels. You're welcome, Marty.
Yeah, that's right.
that are a lot better than a bourbon done in a tequila barrel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what's crazy for me.
What does that tell you? Bourbon helps everything.
They're putting tequila in old Fitz. I saw that Ocho tequila was finished in an old Fitz barrel. They're putting it in a Weller. I don't know if it's a wheated or something barrel.
Wheated.
Yeah. So it's almost like they're running out of ideas. It's just like, throw something against the wall.
Yeah, exactly. Throwing whatever they can against the wall and see what.
Tequila's the new Amberana, I guess. I don't know.
Well, tequila and your American single malt. That's what they're throwing against the wall now to see what sticks. And American single malt's taken off. Tequila is taken off. I mean, my wife is a tequila fan, so she drinks tequila and wine. So that's what I get for her. Me, I mean, I'm a mixed guy. I'm bourbon, I'm rye, I'm Scotch, Irish. I'm all over the place.
Yeah, so I don't know.
I don't know either. I really
I
don't.
just want to see some more light whiskeys.
What's that?
I just want to see some more light whiskeys.
There you go.
Just, something to change it up a little bit.
Yeah. Some of that Canadian 130, 140 proof stuff.
This is pretty cool.
Me and Toby's
If you
talking
get
about
one
it.
of these, if you're into light whiskey, these were pretty good.
Oh, that's the one that just won the Ascots, isn't it?
Yeah.
Let's go motel.
Oh.
The guy that
Shillbox?
No, I got it from a guy that I think this place is somewhere in Texas around Dallas.
Oh, wow.
Or where they bottle this stuff. And a guy that I know that knows this guy, he was down there on work and he stopped into a Total Wine and asked me if I wanted one. I said, sure, I'll try it. And it's pretty good.
Oh, nice.
Trey and I have a distillery near us that does a 18-year light whiskey it's one of the most unique things I've ever had.
That's what this is, Trey. It's 18-year MGP.
Yeah.
Dang.
Kings.
Yeah, it's King's Distillery or a family distillery.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep. I've got some samples of that stuff.
Oh man, it
Keep
hits.
this son of a bitch.
Kings County.
Oh yeah, there you go.
There you go, Marty. Nice.
They're black label cask strengths.
There's a single barrel of this coming, boys. I'm just telling you.
Hey, I mean, I know who your pick team's going to be. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
This is just getting to the point where it's starting to kind of open up. It's, it's had a couple pours out of it. So,
yeah,
it's really starting to, it wasn't bad when I first tried it, but it's really starting to get really good now.
There you go.
No, I think the black whiskeys, they have their place. It's just hard to find someone that does it well. I find that a lot of them are just kind of afterthoughts.
Yeah, it is. And he got that. It's $2.50 on Seal Box, and I think he got it at Total Wine in Dallas for like $1.29, something like that.
There you go.
Whew.
And I think it was gone because after Fred Minnick did the thing,
yeah,
it people started going ape shit for it, and now you can't get it.
Of course. Thanks, you whiskey YouTubers. Bastards.
Thanks a lot. Yeah, really.
Dang influencers. What the hell?
You know what? That's thanks to the ascot, we can blame for that too.
Yep.
I love that bottle.
Oh,
that's my old elk cork.
And this one.
Yeah.
Cork stuck.
This one sucks. Y'all don't buy it at all. It sucks. It's a bottom shelf whiskey. Hell with it. Don't buy it.
Mark.
It's only like $21 for a fifth. You won't like it. It's nasty.
It doesn't matter. Jeffrey Wack buys all of them when he sees them anyway, because he knows that's good stuff.
Yeah,
Traveling home from the bar drinking with a lot of
the 2025 pick of that, I got like a
good deal, Ben.
Strawberry note on that. I've never gotten strawberry on a whiskey before.
Yeah,
I was like, wow, this is stupid. I gotta get another one. So I got a 1.75.
Hey, that Mattingly
Randall,
pick.
we were talking about something strawberry forward, weren't we? I can't remember. We had something in our chat. We were talking something about strawberry banana. I can't remember what it was.
Moonshine?
That's the one. That's the first one I've ever gotten strawberry on.
I don't remember.
I know that bottle that Mattingly picked that I sent to Dusty for his birthday.
Maybe that was one you were talking
about. It was a strawberry bomb, and they knew it, and that was right on the label. It's
wow.
like, they called it like strawberry delight or something like that. And it was like, well, shit, they got that description right.
There you go.
Tell you what, Marty, that last Mattingly I had was that Legacy from Thomas.
Yeah.
Oh man, it's hard for me to buy another Mattingly just because I know it won't live up.
You bought the last one, didn't you?
I did.
Good.
I did. It was good too.
Craig, have you ever been there?
No, I haven't.
Oh, you gotta go. I mean, just about everything they do is a single barrel.
I'll be right
so
back.
like,
I gotta check a plumbing. I'll be right back.
You could
I'm
go.
with you, Marty.
You could go to Mattingly once a month, and half the bourbons will be different. It's fantastic. So whenever I'm looking for gifts for people, Randall can attest to this. I'll go to Mattingly and I'll just taste through and find a bottle that I think hits the sweet spot, and that becomes the birthday present.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
I go to the store. They do a lot of samples. They haven't ever sampled Mattingly though, and that's the problem. Is you can read the labels and descriptions. You're like, maybe not.
Yeah.
And some of them have been amazing. Some of them have been kind of missed for me. Though.
Exactly.
Yeah.
When you're doing that many single barrels, you're going to have some mediocre, and then, occasionally you're going to have some that are really good. And that's why when I go, they're really good because you pay for a tasting, and I think a tasting is only supposed to be 5 pours, but they don't care. They'll sample you on everything they have in the building. And so it might only be a single stop that day for a tasting. But
the best days.
They make great gifts because they're nice looking bottles, and outside of Kentucky, you're hard pressed to find them. So,
well, we're fortunate we do get them here.
Yeah,
where are you
at? Kingsport, Tennessee.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So just hop, skip, and a jump from Kentucky.
Yeah.
So. But no, Thomas, our local store before he passed, he had a great relationship. I mean, he did all kinds of single barrel picks with everybody.
Okay.
If he had a YouTube channel, he'd be the biggest, just because
Okay.
he knew everyone in the industry, and his picks were. I mean, Marty can tell you his picks are phenomenal.
Yeah.
On a bottle that he picked, I don't care what it was, it was going to be good.
It'll be interesting to see what happens with Mattingly, though, because they just lost their master blender to Larrikin. And so, things are going to, hopefully they'll find somebody good and, things stay the same. But, just a month or two ago, their master blender got himself in trouble, and they dismissed him, and he went straight to Larrikin. So he's over there.
I'll tell you, Larrikin's doing some good things. I was there about a month ago, and
yeah, we were there. If you can get the, I like the 8 purple bottle better than the 9. We went in there because we were on the way to Wild Turkey, because it's right on the way to Turkey. So we were leaving 4 rows to see if they had anything. They didn't have anything. So we're cutting across, and they're like probably 2 or 3 miles outside of Turkey's place.
Oh, yeah, on the way. You got to pass right by the main road.
Yeah.
And we went in, talked to the guy and everything, and went to the bar inside the shop outside and had a couple pours. They had like the weeder that Jason tried, the one that was the weeded rye or something like that, or I can't remember what it was.
No, high wheat rye or high rye wheat or something like that.
Yeah. And then I got a bottle of the 8-year purple one, the barrel proof one. That's really good.
Did you try the rose water?
Yeah, I tried that.
The first thing I said after I had that was, "This is the gin drinker's bourbon." If you like that floral note that hits, there you go. Like if you like gin, you like that floral note, man. That thing hits hard, and it's.
I'm the only one that said that I thought it was a little spicy.
No, it's got a little spice on it, but that floral note, man, it hit me hard.
Yep.
It's not overpowering. He blended that just right. He poured it when he needed to, and I think he did it just right.
When I heard about that, I was like, oh, I don't think that's going to be for me. But, the thing is, when it's balanced properly, and that is, I don't think that could be balanced any better.
Yeah, we
had
that
rose water. You could sit out in the patio and you could drink a third of that rose water bottle real easy. Oh, yeah. It's crushable.
Yeah.
I finished my first sample. I was like, can I have another? But
let me send this to Marty, see if he can put it up on the screen.
No.
This was.
Yeah, I can.
He can do it.
Listen, I'll tell y'all, no shit. I have no idea what was wrong with that camera, because when I started, like I said, I have it here on the TV screen. I could see me, and people were responding to what I'm saying, and I had no idea it was black.
Operator error.
Hey, you know what? Call an orange, buddy.
Trey, what are you drinking out of that fancy decanter?
Oh, okay. Well, let's see here. This is the decanter.
Hold on a minute. It's probably tannic as hell.
Oh, you see
that?
Oh, nice. Whiskey nose. Infinity blend, huh?
That is the Larkin Infinity 2025.
Is it really?
It is. Who the hell knows what's in it?
There's another.
That's it. Hey, Trey, what did you pay for that Larkin Infinity?
11 blend.
Oh, is that the Still Austin? I got you.
Hey, Marty, we were going into Larrikin. Well, we were actually leaving, and a guy and I don't know if it was his girlfriend, his wife were going in, and they were doing a picture. She did the picture for me. See if you can send that what I just texted you. Put it up outside the Larrikin, the distillery store.
That can come. Okay, here we go. I don't know if I can. I can't.
Hey, Trey, was that Larrikin Infinity? Wasn't it like $300?
Did you see the picture?
No, that's my own.
Yeah, hold on.
Oh, okay.
No, this is my own blend from just whatever I've had. So it just happens to be in a whiskey nose decanter. So if it's freaking awful, I can blame it on Marty.
I told you already. Just let it rip.
I thought it was a high age old Fitz you were pouring there. The way.
It won't let you put it up.
No, I can't do it. I have to. It has to be in a tab online.
Yeah, I'll see if
email it. Email it.
Well, here it is. This is the new. This guy and his girlfriend, his wife. I'm not sure we're going in. This is the new bourbon ambassador for Larrikin.
Cough.
Oh gosh.
She had her hand on the old Lucky Stones of the kangaroo.
You know what? Trey's birthday's coming up, and we're going to be there, so maybe that'll be him soon.
Golly, I don't know, man. That's like day one. I hope I'm not at that point that early.
I mean, you know.
They have a bottle that they did. They only had, I think they got 2 barrels out of it, maybe 1. It was called Deep Purple.
Yep.
It was a hazmat bottle.
Yep. He talked about that when he was on my stream, and he said that bottle was so popular that he does not own one.
Right.
No.
Wow.
I think they got like maybe 80 bottles out of a barrel, and they did maybe 1 or 2 barrels, and it was hazmat. And if you ever see that sitting at the store, please text either me or Marty, because I definitely want. I'll split.
It
on
isn't
it.
there right now.
Yeah. And
I
it
think
comes
one
with-
of the distilleries we went to, that one was amazing. Like I went, there was 2 out of all the ones we did. We did like a Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and we just hit like 12, I think. And Larrikin was amazing, and Old Louisville. Those 2 stood out above the rest.
I got to get to Old Louisville. I haven't been there yet.
Dude, you have to like do that experience. We thieved from we're supposed to thieve from 4 barrels. It ended up being like 13.
Wow.
And he's sitting there. I mean, he's just genuine down to earth there. Well, I mean, Larrikin was good. We didn't do a big tour there just because we're going back in July with Trey, and so we didn't do as much there. And I'm looking forward to that though. But both those places were just. I think that's what whiskey should be.
Yeah.
Versus commercial, like, you know, I just didn't get the same feel everywhere else we went. We went to Bardstown, 4 Roses, Wild Turkey, Michter's.
Yeah.
I've been to a bunch of different ones, but the smaller ones, I mean, I don't know, man. They just cater more.
Yeah, I don't know if there's going to be a big tour at Larrikin. It just ain't that big of a place.
Well, Louisville's not either. I mean,
Yeah.
you know, they got like, I mean, 5 racks. That's it.
Quick question.
I think one that would be interesting if they're, and you know, they've just moved to a new facility, so I don't know, would be Dark Arts in Lexington.
Yeah.
That'd be another small one that would probably be pretty interesting if they're open to the public at that point.
The Kentucky Redneck is officially recognized. What do you have to say, Mark?
Just a quick question. Corvette Trey, are those guitars behind you full-size guitars, or are the ukuleles and you're just a huge guy?
No,
he's a fat ass. He's a fat ass, but
I mean, you know.
Okay, so they're full-size guitars. He just okay.
They're just there for show, though.
I was just wondering.
They're just
the tune.
From where you were sitting, you know, those look like ukuleles behind you. You know.
What's the hollow body?
One note, all we get.
Hey, come on!
What's the hollow body? Is that a 335 or a 350?
No, that's a country gentleman from Gretsch.
Oh, it is.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Boy, it looked like a Gibson. I couldn't see it.
Yeah, no, that's my baby. Well, this one is too, but these 2 are mine. I've got more in the closet, but
Time for that Deliverance song.
I grew up Ted Atkins, Tommy Emmanuel, finger picking. And
Oh yeah, I know that guy.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm a Kentucky boy.
There you go.
Yeah.
So
if you don't know Tommy, you know.
Yeah.
You're
You don't know
slacking.
Tommy? Well, if you know Tommy, there's 3 of these guitars in the world. This was given to him from by Maton.
Oh wow!
For his 50th birthday, and the store in Knoxville that gave it to him, the owner asked that he could have one, and I picked it up and played Tommy's actual guitar before they gave it to him, and I fell in love with it. So he got them to give me one as well. Well, I bought it, but
fuck yeah,
that's awesome. Worth, but
that's a cool story.
That's awesome.
And it's signed. I got it signed by Tommy Emmanuel in the back. You can.
Nice.
Oh, cool.
Holy crap!
Nice.
but it's 1 of 3. I love it. Sounds amazing.
Fantastic. That's freaking awesome.
Freebird.
What's
Oh.
you with the guitar?
You know
Marty?
what's funny is I could play every song in the book, but I don't know Freebird because it was one of those cliche songs growing up.
Good, I'm glad.
Everybody
I
knew.
was 100% kidding.
I literally, yeah.
Hey, Marty,
Everybody
what's
learned Smoke on the Water.
Oh,
you know, I saw Blackmore talking about that being Richie Blackmore is really good, but he's an arrogant son of a bitch, you know.
Yeah.
And he was talking about, well, people play it this way, but that's not how you really play it, you know.
yeah, I mean, you can play. The funny thing about guitar is, like, I can play 3 notes and give you 10 songs right now that you would know mainstream, but then I could start finger picking them or playing them a different way. You'd never recognize them.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's what's crazy about it. It's all about how you feel and how you play. And that's what's cool about guitar. Then you add a little bourbon to it, makes it even better. I mean, you know.
Yep.
Then you can just call me Jimmy Page.
He's wanting to say something so bad he can't stand.
Where's that picture of you when you were young playing that Martin guitar, Marty?
Oh, hell.
And Martin, damn good at guitar.
Yeah, it is.
You're a great sound to him.
That's my little avatar on StreamYard, isn't it?
Yeah,
That's what it is.
We're busting Marty's balls.
Yeah. No, have you all seen, because I tried my damnedest to find Greg one back in February, March, the single barrel, so that means it's a pick, basically, double oaked Peerless Rye. Have y'all stumbled across that?
No. It's on my list that I look for because Jason wants a bottle, and so he put me onto that months ago and said be on the lookout. Yeah, that's the bourbon. It's the rye.
I've seen the double oak rye, but it's not a pick. It's kind of like the mass release one. I think a store around here.
Same. Yep.
Yeah, I passed on the rye and got the bourbon.
The rye is really good though. Even the one that's like the double oak public release, not the single barrel. That's a good one. I have one of those. I don't have the single barrel though.
It's a good one.
I like the double oak rye the best out of all of those things. I mean, I tried 2 of the toasted. Those were kind of, you know, maybe there was better ones than other ones. And the double oak bourbon is good, but I thought the double oak rye was the best that I enjoyed.
Well, I thought the double oak bourbon was going to go further than it did 2 weeks ago, and it didn't.
There you go, Top Dog. Friends in low places.
Oh, darn, I just put it down.
That's all right. I got a voice I can't carry in a bucket.
Trey's going to start playing some Spanish guitar.
I tell you what I saw today. And Jenny wants it, so she may buy it. She buys her own shit. She don't even count on me anymore. That Starlight put out a toasted at over 116 proof.
Oh,
okay.
I thought that was interesting.
Decent proof.
Sealbox sent me an email, and I said, "Here, look." She goes, "I may buy that one." I said, "Go ahead. I don't, your animal." I did think it was very interesting, though. 2 other bottles I'd like to try sometime is, we'll see it. Top Jimmy will see it, and he'll get to try it, I'm sure, is the Penelope
marshmallow
cigar.
Oh, cigar, yeah.
That one kind of that one kind of sparks interest, and then I've had a couple. Russ gave me some samples of the short barrel double oaked and the short barrel single barrel picks. Those are pretty good, but they do a cigar batch now, 2 different ones. I think Top Jimmy, we talked about them.
3 different ones.
3, okay. And it's kind of weird. The label, it's nothing wrong with the labels on those, but they're kind of bland labels. It's kind of weird.
They almost look like something that Total Wine would do for one of their house brands.
Yeah, exactly. Great point. great point. It just looks
Two of them,
bland.
but
and
only
you-
2 of the 3 look like that. The other one looks like a really nice short barrel label. It's just these 2 that look different.
I've been trying to find their marshmallow toasted.
Yeah.
I still haven't found a bottle of that, but that's intrigued me ever since I saw it.
I'll look
Anybody
again
had that
tomorrow.
cream brulee? Yeah.
The what?
Anybody tried that cream brulee one?
No.
Yeah.
DMC's in the house.
Yep, he'd been here for a while.
I'll look tomorrow. Justin's House of Bourbon has a couple short barrels. I'll have to check and see which ones they are again because I've forgotten.
I think Justin's going to start getting probably some of the old Carter stuff too when it starts hitting.
Yep,
Probably.
more than likely.
But I don't know, man. I mean, I'd have to like literally talk to Jason on the phone instead of trying to go back through his review. And because when some of those bottles like that, I'll just call him and ask him. I'm seeing a great example is the Augusta 8-year. It was on the shelf here for $110.
Route 8.
Yeah, exactly. And I said, Jason, I seen my picture. I said, tell me, is it worth it? And I said, I know you reviewed it. I've watched the sumbitch 6 months ago. I don't want to go back. Just tell me. And he goes, absolutely not.
Yeah.
He goes, just there's other stuff, man, that we're finding. Just leave that alone. And then he threw, some of the picks that are coming. And I agree with what he was saying. It's like, this pick is going to definitely trump that. And then that's about the time the Corbin Cash was about to hit and all that stuff. He's like, just, if you're going to spend 110, go ahead and spend 200 more and get the, 15-year or whatever, which I passed. That's out of my wheelhouse on the
There you
300.
go.
On the $300.
Yeah, 300. I ain't spending 300. Sorry.
I was fortunate enough to get to try Top Dog's pick of that, and Greg sent me some of Shane's, and it's good. It's really good, but I'm telling you, I need to get you all hooked on this. I sent it to Top Jimmy. That Conviction Double Oaked. Greg, you got to get it. It's in your back door.
I beg your pardon.
Huh?
What? All I heard was
You heard back door and you wanted to grab your rear end? That's what it was. Okay. Somebody's been going to the gym way too much.
I know this is Pride Month, Marty, but I'm just saying.
That is a hitter bottle. Let me show you.
That stuff's made in North Carolina too.
Charlotte.
Yeah.
Courage and Conviction. Is that what you're talking about?
No.
Shit. Just had a brain lapse.
Yeah. I feel like,
Okay.
Marty, I feel like I've seen those available.
Damn, that's dark.
I feel like I've seen those at one of the online retailers.
May have.
Hey, that place up the road too, up towards Winston-Salem. What's that? Southern Star supposed to have a good weed and stuff too.
Shit, dude, they're sourcing the shit out of their stuff, man. That's what's in Oaklore. That's what's in Bond that me and Tommy did with Logan last week. All that stuff is Southern Star. There's a Southern Star pick or Southern Star barrel that's getting ready to drop through Evernorth.
That's right.
So, and it's a weeder. And Tommy Bourbon Jerk, if he's still here, he usually shoots videos about this time. But Tommy said that was the standout of the three. Did he not?
That was his favorite.
Tommy and Randall, did he not say that? I think.
Yeah, he said that was his favorite.
Yeah.
That barrel proof they put out like a year or so ago, the Paragon or something, those were good.
Yeah.
And those I don't think there's any of those around here anymore. They're
here. They're here, and that Youngsville store above me has a pick of it, but you can't try it because it's North Carolina, and it's $70. And the Paragon normally is like $59. And I'm like,
what's the proof on it? You know?
It's 115 plus, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
I've got 4, 5, 6 of their bottles. I really love their stuff. I kind of feel like, this Jimmy Red and Southern Star are these ones that are on the verge of blowing up, kind of like Ben Holiday, like 18, 24 months ago, that type of deal.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I think we're going to see Ben Holiday again. I think they're the last probably 13, 14 months. You feel like they disappeared, but they haven't, because I think they're sitting on some stuff that will have some age.
Yeah,
and I think they're going to hit us with more of that.
10-year right there.
That's the decanter
That's
bottle.
the Doc Holiday, isn't it?
Awesome looking bottle. Holy crap.
Yeah. I actually bought it for I wanted the 10-year anyway, but I needed a showpiece for the bar, and it's really cool.
That's a cool ass
great
bottle
bottle.
in
Really
display.
Yeah, the whole display is pretty cool. It's got the whole 45 gun with it, and in like a leather suitcase deal. And I just said I have a whiskey barrel that has all my bourbons in it, and it just sits on top. It's kind of a cool piece, but I actually bought it because I wanted the bottle.
Yep.
But then it was just kind of like, I don't mind paying a little bit for a display piece.
There you go.
Has anyone tried any of the? I've tried one or two sips when I was in Kentucky a few weeks ago. Anyone tried the 15 stars?
Oh yeah, the sherry is amazing.
Yeah, it's expensive though, man.
Yeah, it's not cheap. But
The rye's here on sale for like $79, but you can't get enough information on that to. And that was another one I called Jason. I said, "What do you think?" He goes, I think you're going to be disappointed."
Because of the price, for me, they're always a try before you buy. But I don't know, I probably got 3 of them, maybe 4 of them.
Which one's your favorite, Jimmy?
They're in boxes right now. I just moved. So without them sitting on the shelf, I couldn't even tell you.
So I've had 4 of their offerings, and I will say their sherry by far. It's not even close for me. That sherry finish is phenomenal.
Is it a single cast finish sherry, or is it a triple cast? Because one of them is
I
a
think
triple.
it's triple. Hold on.
See, that was my way to get him the hell out of here.
I was going to cut his string.
Yeah, if I ask y'all to go get a bottle, I've got alternative motives.
I'm in the wrong room. I got bottles over here, but then I got bottles out there.
Yeah.
Shit, I got bottles everywhere right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
And this
The
is
color
my
on that's
second bottle of it.
fantastic.
Yeah, but I'm a sucker for sherry finishes, but that one's really good.
See, okay, let's time him out right there. Great shot, and Greg.
Yeah.
He's a sucker for sherry finishes, but he doesn't like Scotch.
Yeah.
But you know what, though? I can't remember. I know Trey sent me a picture of them on the boat. I need to go back through and look at. No, wait a minute. I know a couple of them were sherry finished.
One.
I can't say the Stranahan's sherry one. Oh my God! I don't know what they did, but that was a wet barrel for sure.
Trey, don't you have the list?
There was way too much sherry in that Stranahan's.
I'm looking at my photos right now.
I got it right here. He got Glen Scotia 18.
There you go. Nice.
Balmore sherry finish.
Yeah.
Okay.
Port Charlotte 18. I sent them some bangers.
That's a good one.
Bunnahabhain 12 cast strength.
Perfect. Love it.
Who's got these, Marty?
These are the samples I sent them to try.
Trey and I did a tasting when we were out the other day of these.
Campbelltown Lock.
Okay.
I thought I'd throw a little something little odd on them. And Glengoyne 12, 43%.
Nice. Okay.
I thought that was a pretty good little blend. Not blend, mix of little this, little that. And
I'll tell you what, I hadn't had a lot, but that did you say Port Charlotte 18?
Yeah.
Yep.
That was one of the best scotches I had last year.
Yeah, that's a good one.
And I think there's maybe 20 or 21-year-old stuff in that because it tastes older. I know 18's a minimum, but I think there's 20 or 21-year-old scotch in that Port Charlotte 18.
Yeah.
It was really good.
Well,
Trey, do you have that list?
Man, I'm looking for it. I can't find it. Damn it.
Which one you,
I'm just saying I'm trying to figure out what we ordered.
Yeah, I know. I know.
hold on a
We put 'em
minute.
in
You told
order.
me. I can go back. Hold on.
Oh,
You
yeah,
told me
that's
what-
right. We told you.
Hey, you go for it. Yeah.
Hey, you know what, Mark? That right there is a good bang for the buck. Port Charlotte 10.
Port Charlotte 10, yeah. Always on the shelf. You can find it anywhere you want to go. And damn good.
Yeah.
I
Like
don't
some of
see
the
it.
finished ones, they do get a little bit pricey, like the SCs and all that shit. But for basic, the Port Charlotte 10 is a good bottle.
Yep.
Yeah.
Exactly. It's a great whiskey. It really
I'll
is.
tell you one. It's good.
Marty's going to get his 18 now. He's going to flex.
I've had a sample of that. It's really good. I really liked it.
Oh, that's the yeah. Oh, look at you.
Wow.
I haven't had this in a month.
Is my sample of that in the mail?
Absolutely.
Oh, look at that. He's been slacking on us.
I have. 57.3%.
There you go.
Bottle 116, I think, of 200.
Oh, wow.
And what are they're Brooklotti, Port Charlotte, and Octomore. That's all the same distillery.
I'm trying to remember what this is.
Correct, Mark?
Yep.
And I'll tell you what, some of like the Octomores and some of the stuff they do, they get some really, really good whiskey that's not real old, because some of the oldest Octomore I've ever seen is 10 years. I mean, if they're older, I haven't seen it, but most of that stuff's 5 to 10. So whatever casks they're finishing that in, they're really getting some good casks to finish that young distillate in, because it tastes, if you're into peated Scotch.
Oh, yeah. As I am.
Well, and who else does that good as Kilhoman does that real good with relatively young Scotch.
Kilhoman as a younger distillery, they're putting out some fantastic stuff there.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think they're like grain to glass. I think they're on a farm. They do everything is there.
Oh, yeah. Which I really appreciate that.
No, it's good stuff. There's Kilco right there. Oh, these are killer, Greg. I feel like I've drank a lot, but I haven't.
You understand? Peated Scotch is never the wrong answer.
Do you have any of those samples left, Marty?
Yeah.
Okay, just there you go. See, Mark, glass bottles, no plastic.
Who the hell ships in plastic?
Kilco did once. It was not a good idea, but
Hey, Marty, I don't want to pick on him, but didn't Alan send us, the whiskey friend, send us some plastic bottles with electrical tape around the caps?
From Europe.
What's that?
From Europe. No, this ain't like from 300 miles away. No, that shit was from Europe.
Yeah.
Greg, we got to get him that Jack Daniels bottle.
Yeah.
I just never think of it.
Yeah, me and Marty got our samples there in plastic bottles with black electrician's tape around the cap.
Yeah, right.
Well, that and some of them leaked and we couldn't read what they were. We didn't know what sample we were pouring.
Oh yeah.
And it's like hey Alan, they make something called parafilm. Just wrap the entire bottle in parafilm.
Hell, just get duct tape. We'd have figured it out. Just get duct tape.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? When I send those things to you all,
buddy,
I get this shit, this plastic wrap, and I wrap the bottle completely around it, so that way, because what I'm worried about is it leaking, and I don't want anyone getting in any trouble.
Yeah.
UPS knocking on
the only
your
thing
door.
that should go in plastic bottles is urine samples. That's it.
Yeah. They didn't like my urine sample because it was too green for them. So,
They don't even do that anymore. Everything's through blood.
Well, that was back in the day.
Well, yeah, when back in the day there was the urine sample and then the old glove.
No glove for me, buddy. I'll pass on that one.
You know what I need? Let's see. Yeah, it's great. Thank you. Let's give a couple things away. I forgot about that.
You know what? My neighbor was my neighbor was my
Get some whiskey away.
Yeah. Cindy's looking forward to losing again.
No, I hope not.
You know what? When they used to do it the old way, my neighbor down the street was my physician. And right before she did that, I looked back and I said, I guess you're not here to borrow a cup of sugar.
Hey, Trey, I'll send her a bottle of this. How about that?
There you go.
Oh, yeah. Perfect. Yeah, she'll love it. I guarantee it.
We'll add that to the Jesse game.
Marty.
Oh, my God.
At least once or twice.
Yeah. Oh, I will. I'll do. Yeah, I'll shuffle a bunch. I like shuffling.
Man, odds are good tonight.
Yeah, 40, 39. All right. Let's do the Drifting Drams gift card, $15.
Oh, yeah. I'll take that.
Fred Larkin, how many times do I shuffle?
Let's see. 9.
I didn't get
9 times.
5, 6, 7, 8,
You've all
9.
got a good chance because Ed Williams isn't in here.
Ed forgot.
Yeah.
Go, Cindy.
Yeah.
Oh,
nice.
William Hall.
William Hall.
Yeah.
Congrats, William.
Dang it. Congratulations, William Hall.
All right. And now 9, you said 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This is for the big sample pack of all kinds of samples I've got here from distilleries. Larkin, Oaklore.
Oh, Mark B.
Mark B.
Congratulations.
Thanks, guys, everybody.
Hey, Marty, I love the artwork in the center of your wheel. That's
I thought
classic.
you would. I kind of, every time I set this thing up, I've got to go to my pictures, and that was the first sexy one I saw.
That's right, man.
So, yeah, I thought that was a good one. Poor Cindy.
Loses again. Oh, well.
She won 2 weeks ago, something, didn't she?
Well, she always wins Toms. She don't win yours. She wins
That's
Toms.
right. She does win Tommy's.
Yeah.
What's this wheel thing? Yeah, I don't know, man.
Hey, Marty, I'm not telling you how to run your channel, but one day
Hold
you
on a
might
minute.
have to
Hold on a minute. Go ahead. All right. Yeah, I'm still number one. Go for it.
There you go.
Hold on a minute. I like where I'm pointing. So go ahead, Greg. I'm pointing at you.
You're gonna have to do a welcome to the weekend. It's probably been a couple years.
It's been a while. Yeah, it's just because I might be able to do that some this summer. It's
Just do it one time. I mean, there's nothing like drinking at 4:00 on a Friday.
I know. Shoot.
Hey, you're going to the beach. Do it there.
Trey, you have no idea what lurks for me at the beach when I do a live stream. About 3 years, no, hell, it's probably longer than that, Greg. What, 4 years, 5 years ago I did that? And
I think it was probably 21. So I'd say 4 years when you were down at Litchfield there, South
oh
America.
my God, I did a live starting right at dark, like 8:30, and at like 2:30, we were still having people jump on. And somehow I ended up in the hot tub with my underwear in a resort by myself. And I had all my gear, my whiskey bag sitting around. I'm just sitting there just chilling. And I was like,
Seems just about right.
Man, Cindy says she remembers that. I'm glad I don't.
No, it was
Time machine hot tub.
And it was
You know
cool
what?
because somebody on the beach behind me kept shooting off fireworks, and you thought we were having a damn celebration.
You know what? I know someone that's got a hot tub that got a computer and a lot of bourbon. Larkin.
I was that guy for.
You should do a live stream there.
I know.
When you got out of the hot tub, Marty, did anyone confuse you for Jimmy Russell?
That was a non-issue getting back to my room. And here's the funny thing about that is me and Jenny were sleeping on an air mattress in my mom and dad's condo, and it was a small air mattress. And I remember I was, plumb 5 sheets to the wind, and I flopped down on that damn thing. And when I did, she lifted up in the air and landed in the floor. Yeah. And I have never heard her cuss me more than she did that moment. I did. I just, I was like, okay, this is where I fall in and go to sleep, and I did, and all that air went just like that.
Yep.
Boom.
That's like when they jump off the pier onto the thing in the water, and the person shoots up in the air.
Exactly.
God.
Whoopsie.
Yeah, that was.
Sorry, hon.
That was one of those issues where I was like, oh God, what have I done? Who has a Pursuit Double Oak coming out? A group has one of those coming. Do y'all remember who it was?
No.
I think two 1090s has something coming.
I think that's it. I think it's 1090.
Yeah.
Yeah, I bought those when I was at B&B. She had them on the shelf, and I about fell over.
Man, they were great. That one he brought to B&B was amazing.
Yeah, I've got the regular release, but I don't have.
That's all I've got. Yeah,
I've got this one, but
he had that double oak rye, and I'm not a huge rye guy, but dude, it was amazing. And I've had 2 bottles of it, and
you know what though, I had it the first time when we were at the meetup for Jason in October at Frankfurt Avenue Liquors. Bill had it. Me and Bill were sitting there talking behind the bar. He goes, what do you want to try? And I said, let me try that Pursuit Double Oak. He gave me the bourbon and the rye, and I never had it. I was like, God, Bill, I said, I may be an outcast on this. I said, but I think I like the bourbon more than the rye. And he goes, yeah, you'd be the outcast. He goes, but I can understand it. He goes, because you're a sugar guy. You like sugar palettes. And I was like, yeah, I think you're probably right. And then I did these outside several weeks ago, right after Easter, when I found them. My father-in-law bought them for me. And outside, it kind of hit the same way. I think I liked the bourbon more than the rye. I did the bourbon in the blind. It did pretty good 2 weeks ago, but I don't know. I mean, I think they're great. I do think they're good. I'm glad I have them. I don't know. I'm a rye guy, and I just thought that rye would blow it out of the water. And it may. I mean, I'm just now into the.
That just says a lot for their bourbon. If the rye guy is picking their bourbon, that just says a lot.
Yeah, kind of.
Well, it's funny is I'm the bourbon guy, and I picked the rye.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I mean, I try to support them anytime they have somebody come, whatever, do a tasting, and I try to buy a bottle of whoever they have just because they got somebody out. And I want them to continue that program. And, Pursuit was there. I knew them. I've had a few other things. I liked it.
Who was there?
It was just one of their
sales guys.
Yeah, it wasn't. I wish it'd been somebody else. I mean, I wish we could get K. Luke up there because, they can't keep K. Luke on the shelf now.
Well, I plan on talking to Jonathan when in 2 weeks, and I've told him multiple times he's trying to get up there. He's got a lot of stuff in Central Tennessee right now, and when he can get there because he is South Mississippi.
Yeah,
he's right there at Louisiana line, so that's a hell of a haul for him. I mean, he can get to Nashville and those areas, 6-7 hours, but when he's trying, listen, that's your brand. Be willing to travel. I get it.
Yeah.
But I've talked to him about it, and he said he does have a plan to do that. And I said, you just got to let me know, man. I said, I'll come in that weekend, whatever.
Well, let me put it to you this way. They got the batch 3. That's what they can't get the batch 3 anymore. They've bought it all from the or whoever ships to them, right? Now they're on to batch 4.
You talking about of what bottle?
Hey, Luke.
Well, I mean, the bourbon, the toasted, or the rye?
They didn't get the toasted. They got the rye and the bourbon. Now they've sold out of those. They're on to batch 4 because that's what is at the Knoxville, the shipping company.
Knox Beverage still has K. Luke batch 3 bourbon
because nobody else sells it. Nobody sells it but B&B.
I don't have. I've got a batch 1 unopened because I found it in Mississippi a year ago. And as soon as I saw it, I called Jonathan. I said, I found a batch 1. He goes, you're shitting me. And he goes, where? And I told him. He goes, I'll be up there in 2 weeks. And I was like, okay. And I was like, why do you need to come up here in 2 weeks? He goes, I want to know why we're up to batch 9 and they still have batch 1. But anyway, I'm saving it for him to sign.
Well, they had batch 3, and I literally told one person, which is on this stream, outside of him, I didn't tell anybody, and they sold out of it that whole weekend. It was gone.
Well, I tried to tell her, we did when me and you were there. It's like, if you can get this stuff, get it.
And they thought I told everybody. I was like, no, I didn't tell a single soul. You just sold it because people know what it is.
Yeah.
DMC's got a question. I don't know that one. Ryan's Rye Rita.
DMC.
Nope. Never heard of it.
What's batch 3? That's what, like 2 or 3 years ago?
At least.
No, more than that.
Yeah, they're up to 11 now. He's going to
I was
drop
going to
12.
say they're another 10 or 11. Yeah.
No, they already had 12.
Hell, I got that Cabernet one, and that was 2 years ago.
He's done 2 cab finishes. And I've got
There's a
batch 1.
current cab finish.
I did the first one. I think that they
That's
did.
what I got, Greg. I've got the first one. I didn't buy the second because
2 years ago. That one's at least 2 years, right, Marty?
Mm-hmm.
So Trey, you say that they had the batch 3, but they sold out. Does that mean they have batch 4 and 5?
They're on 4 right now.
Okay.
And I have
Because Trey, are you sure it's not the Toasted Barrel orange label?
No.
Well, that's only on batch 4.
Yeah, I was going to say that would be 3 and 4. I could see that sitting around.
Okay.
No,
because I've drank
rye.
everything. I've drank all mine before 6. The oldest batch I have right now is 6. I'd love to get my hands on another 4 or 5.
Well, I'll tell you what, I'll go in tomorrow and get you one.
Send me a picture, Trey, and I can.
Because I mean, they're buying basically everything. They buy like 2 or 3 cases at a time, and they're buying everything Knox Bev has.
Okay.
And obviously Knox Bev's going to send them the oldest stuff they get first. And when I saw the 3, I was like, "Holy crap!" Like,
wow.
And I bought 2 myself. And
you get them a good price?
It was 109.
Yeah,
that's MSRP.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, that's great.
No,
seriously.
The store I buy from, they know I won't buy anything that's not MSRP. If they go over MSRP, I don't
Me
buy
neither.
it. But
Trey, I'll take you find a 4, a 5, or a 6, or all 3. You let me know. I'll take them all.
Bourbon or rye?
Bourbon.
Okay.
Bourbon.
All right.
You know what? I'm not surprised because there's one guy. This was about a year ago. I forget what his name is. He's in Washington. I think sometimes he comes on Vic Stream on the weekend. It's something Toast, Mr. Toast, or something like that. I forget what his name is. But he went into a fucking store and found a Pirate bottle, 12-year, 94 proof, and 2 12-year Pirate bottle batch proofs with the fucking original retail sticker price on it. So he walked out with a 94 proof and 2 barrel proof fucking Pirate bottles for like $160.
Wow.
You know what? I'm from San Diego, and the West Coast is way behind when it comes to bourbon. And so if you find one of these, independently owned liquor stores,
fucking hole in the wall,
you may very well find some of that kind of stuff. They don't know what they have because bourbon is in California. Bourbon's not what it is in the rest of the country. California is more about tequila, and go figure. And that goes for Oregon and Washington too. And so it doesn't surprise me at all that I used to, like 5 minutes from my house, there's this, big independent liquor store, and I was home last year and I went in there. The guy had Remus Repeal Reserve batch 3, batch 4, batch 5. He had Stag going all the way back to before it was A, B, and C, when it was still whatever batch
junior. I think it's still junior.
Well, it was still it was Stag Junior. It was like batch 16, 17, 18.
Yeah.
And the only stuff that he had marked up was Weller, BTAC, Blanton's, but Stag Junior and just plain Stag now was at MSRP. So and it's just because he doesn't know what he has, and it's not in a bourbon thinking community.
Remember Shane did that Remember Marty? Like 3 years ago, he was going to Indiana. He stopped at some fucking hole in a wall that was a gas station and a liquor store. It was an older couple. They were selling out, you know,
Kentucky, middle of nowhere, Kentucky.
Middle of nowhere, somewhere between Kentucky, Indiana, somewhere in there. He came. This is all at retail. He had 2 King of Kentuckys, and an Old Carter American Batch 1, a Stag, a George T. Stag.
Oh wow!
A Michter's 10 and a couple other ones. I think he walked out the whole fucking lot was like fucking $2,200 fucking retail, and he had probably $6,000 or $7,000 secondary price in booze. But yeah, he just walked in there, was getting gas. He said, "Hey, you got anything behind the shelf or anything you want to get?" And they pulled all this fucking shit out.
They just trade what it was. They just sold the store.
Yeah,
and somebody was taking over, and they wanted out everything they could
Yeah.
because what had happened was the distributor came in and told them, "Hey, you got to buy from us. You got to get some of this stuff out of here." But the distributor had no idea what that stuff was.
Right.
Yeah.
And Shane just, I mean, you couldn't. Yeah.
Remember, it's an older couple, Marty, selling it to younger people, and they pulled all this fucking shit out of it. I got a picture of some of it somewhere, but yeah, I know it was 2 King of Kentuckys, a George T. Stag, a Old Carter American Batch 1. I think it was a Michter's Bourbon.
It probably had an inch of dust all over it.
Oh yeah, it was sitting behind in the back somewhere.
Yeah, totally.
I mean, but
some of
that's
that
the thing
Austin Nichols wild turkey, and
I tell you what, I went to the library in Kentucky when we went up there to the distilleries, and they have a bunch of dusty bottles, and I had a 1991 Wild Turkey 12-year gold top. The funkiness on that thing, I mean, you can't match it. I don't even know why they don't make stuff like that today, but man, it was.
Oh, I can tell you why. I can tell
different grains.
Well, I can tell you 100% why. 2 things. Grain is one.
Yeah,
but
the wood's the other.
Wood is number 2. Wood, you don't have time to let that shit sit for 8, 10, 12 years in the yard anymore.
Right.
You've got the demand so high, you got to get that wood out.
I know, but
you know what? But that's why though. Let me tell you something. That's why Michter's barrel proof bourbon and their barrel proof rye have been consistent hitters, and their 10 years have been consistent hitters because they are letting that wood sit outside and getting a little age and weather to them, and that's what's making the difference. So,
dude, I tell you, I've been a Michter's fan for a long time. I mean, their toasted barrels are 10 years. I mean, if I could ever get my hands on an anniversary, I'd probably buy it just because I'd want to try it.
Dude, Trey, I've got one of my prized bottles over there is a Michter's rye, regular Michter's rye, and the year is on the tag. The first 2 numbers is the year that it was bottled. Okay, I have a Michter's rye over there from 2015 unopened.
Oh, wow.
I know it's not going to change and get any better, but it's just now it's a dusty bottle. I paid $50 for it on Unicorn.
Huh.
I saw it and I was just kind of looking at it, and I was like, I think I told Greg about it. I was like, Greg, I think this damn bottle's on here. I think I'm going to go after it. And I think out the door it might have been $75. So I paid what, $25 over MSRP, maybe.
Well, I think you had the only bottle of Michter's rye 10-year that I ever got, or the toasted rye, because of my wife. You had it with Trey because she was trying to buy me a Michter's toasted, and they sent the toasted rye.
Yeah, they sent the wrong bottle. Then they sent.
Oh
you the
yeah,
other
dude, this story gets better. So she bought a toast, and she bought it third party. She's paying exorbitant prices for Christmas, whatever. And I tell her not to, but she bought it because she wanted to. And she goes, "That's not the right color label." She knew that the label wasn't right, so she calls the guy and says, "It's not the right one." He goes, "Oh yeah, you're right. Keep that bottle. I'll send you another one," because she paid internet pricing for the bottle. So what's he care, right? He sent me a limited release toasted barrel on a gray label. When have you ever seen a gray label Michter's toasted? Never. So she calls him back and says, "This isn't the right one." So he argues with her, ends up sending her something else, ends up getting it free because he won't take care of her. The bank gives her money back because it's not what the picture shows versus what she got. So I've got 3 bottles. I've got a rye, I've got a 10-year, and I've got a Michter's Toasted limited release.
Nice.
So I give Trey Larkin the barrel, the rye, because I'm not a huge rye guy. Marty and him drink that bottle, and apparently it was phenomenal. But I got 2 bottles basically free from Michter's, and it set my world on fire. But I got the 10-year bourbon and then the limited release toasted. And that limited release toasted, I still have the bottle. It's a gray label. I don't know what they did. I don't know how many years it was because it doesn't say. But that's the best thing I've ever had from them.
Mm-hmm.
And I've had the Shanks. I've had the PFG. I've had a lot of their listings. The only thing I haven't had from them is their anniversary series. And I mean, I'm sure that's just more hype than it is anything. But
we look back and we lust over all of these bottles from the 80s, the 90s, and that type of thing. But 20 years from now, people are going to be lusting over Disco 12 and ECBP, C923 and Wild Turkey 70th. People are going to be lusting over those bottles just the same way that we're.
I think the only factor getting back to what Marty said, is the wood that went into those older bottles, because back then they had the time to cure staves for 5 to 7 years in the yard. So if you put those staves out in the yard for 5 to 7 years in the weather, the sun, and the rain, all the tannicness is coming out of the oak, and you basically got pretty much sweet white oak. And then the other thing too is what people don't is all of those barrels in the 60s, 70s, and maybe early 80s. That shit got shipped over to make Irish and Scotch. So you've got those primo barrels making some really good, Scotch too as well.
Yeah, all the bourbon barrels are still going over to the UK or going to Mexico for Reposado and Añejo tequila.
Yeah. Well, and I think all of the bourbon, depending on who the parent company is, I think. It used to be, I don't know, I think it was, but I think Makers is the same as Lafroig. So all the Makers bottles used to go to Lafroig to age their bourbon barrels in. So I'm pretty sure that probably 90% of them go to either Scotland or Ireland to age their stuff in, for those that want to age in bourbon barrels. And that stuff is just, I just don't know how much more that's left. One, it's probably 1 to 200-year-old American white oak, and then there wasn't. Now it's like cut that tree down, and I want the thing turned into a barrel in 6 months or something like that. Yeah. Where back then is they could let that stuff sit out in the yard for 5 or 7 years and really cure. Which
I'll tell you that wild turkey I had at that bar, I drank 3 Dusties that night. Now all of them were phenomenal, but that wild turkey, I mean the just the palate, everything, the funkiness to it.
I'll tell you something, Trey. Let me jump in. Are you all, anybody here watch Seinfeld?
Oh yeah.
All right. Let me tell. And I know so you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. There's an episode where George is in that puffy jacket.
Black puffy
jacket. He has to take it off or something, and him and Kramer go in the liquor store because his car's blocked in and they can't get out. And there's a scene where him and Jerry are standing there talking. And that's where George knocks over like 5 or 6 bottles of tequila or whatever. But if you look behind George up here, there's a whole damn shelf of nothing but fucking Austin Nichols wild turkeys. And I'm just sitting there going, oh my God.
Yeah.
Since I'm the oldest guy on stream, probably. Let me tell you, when I was growing up, you could get a fucking bottle of Austin Nichols Wild Turkey 101 for probably,
brother.
This is probably the 77, 78, $7 or $8 out the door, maybe.
Yeah.
I mean, but just in 10 years, man. I mean, I lived in Kingsport. Thomas had B&B. I wasn't a liquor drinker. I could probably walk into B&B and it'd be 2 rows deep. I'm not talking about Pappy because he's told me that story many times, but the Elijah Craig barrel proofs are sitting there 2 rows deep at $35, $29 a bottle. I mean, it just it just makes you want to get in a damn DeLorean and I don't know. There's that. Hold on, Greg. That's the single barrel.
You know it.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh yeah.
Is that the 8 or the 9?
That's the 8.
And
I
that's
like
better
the
of the 2.
8's better than the 9.
Yeah,
I like
that's
it
my
better.
sweet spot. I love the bottle and bond, but for me, it goes the 8-year, the 9-year, then the bottle and bond. Those are my 3 top Larrikin bottles.
Yeah, he poured us like a taste of each of them at the bar, and I like the 8 better than the 9.
Yeah. They had a party probably 6 months ago when they first got added to the Kentucky Bourbon Trail or whatever, and it was the first time that my wife and I went over there, and we walked in the front. There's only 2 rooms. There's the shop up front, then you walk through into the tasting room and that type of thing. And we walked in, and they had this tray with this clear liquor with just a slight coloration to it, and there's probably a half an ounce, and they're having everybody try it. They're not telling anybody what it is. And so we my wife and I both try it, and she is not a hard liquor drinker, and we both try this, and I'm like, I'm not, they said, what do you think it is? And I said, I don't, it's something, it's got a little finish on it, I'm not quite sure what it is. And finally they told us what it was, and it was their new make at 170 proof, and it was aged for like 6 months in a bourbon barrel. And I mean, so it looked like pale urine is what it looked like, but it didn't taste anywhere close to. We both picked it at probably 125, 130 proof, 170 proof. It was crazy. And then we went into the back room and we tried through everything they had.
Yeah.
And that's where I kind of picked out what I like.
This stuff has a really unique taste to it. I really enjoy it.
I love their stuff.
And we walked in there, and you walk in that store, the front part where they got the merchandise and all that stuff to buy. Hell, she had one fucking candle that had that whole, it's a bourbon candle, had that whole front where the desk is, where you check out and everything. It smelled like Larrikin bourbon. It was
awesome.
Just one candle that they have, because they sell candles, they sell booze, they sell
shit. I gotta go get one of those.
Yeah, the candles were good.
Yeah. Have you tried any of the Limestone Farms?
Yeah.
Okay.
We were out there with the Southern guy who goes through the whole spiel and everything.
Well, no, they don't have a location yet, but they're building a distillery in Georgetown, just north of Lexington.
Okay, I'm thinking of Yellowstone.
Okay, you're thinking of Yellowstone. Yeah. It used to be Limestone Farms. I don't know. Marty, they just renamed it. It's no longer Limestone Farms. It's called Limestone Heritage. So rather than LF on the label, it's going to be LH on the label. Well, but the labels look the same.
Wonder why.
Somebody had a problem. Limestone Farm came too close to some other brand, and so rather than fight it out, they've just rebranded. The labels look the same. It's just rather than saying LF, it says LH. But
it might have been Yellowstone. Yellowstone might have been the one that was
maybe. Yeah. But if it's just another distillery, small, right outside Lexington, just like Larrikin, and they're just doing phenomenal stuff.
Hey, Jimmy, did you see that text I sent you, that Peter E. Hart that we were looking at? That's supposed to be Limestone Farm juice too.
Oh, that's right. You
New
did text me that. Yeah.
Coming from New
I got
Riff,
your bottle. I got your
great.
Bottle.
Hey.
Yeah.
That's why everybody's saying it tastes so funky,
Tom, I haven't talked to. I text with Tom Morrow from time to time, but he hadn't told me anything about a name change. But that's interesting. But their facility that they're building is going to be like second to none with everything they're going to have on site. Places to stay and all that. So
yeah, they're building it to be a destination distillery.
Yeah, they're no short of funds, that's for sure. So that'll be interesting. But I do know a lot of the stuff that he is sourcing and doing with these blends is a lot of beam. And so if you get a nuttiness off their stuff, that's probably why.
So here's the Marty. The new name is LF Heritage Distilling Company on Limestone Farm.
Damn, that's a lot.
I know, right?
I thought you were going to say LMFAO.
You better put about a 6-point font to get all that on the label.
Well, hey, there's just a big LF on the label. Where are we at here? I'm going to put it in our chat, Marty.
Man, you see these corks on these Star Hill things? Man, you could use these as a weapon.
Yep. That's it.
LF.
So that's the old label. It looks the same. It just says LH rather than LF. Yeah.
Huh.
Some good stuff there.
That Lasso Motel had the old Discovery labels, the old metal heavy kind of plastic label.
Oh, okay. All right.
Has anybody stayed at the Trailhead Hotel in Bardstown yet? The new thing they got going?
I don't know if that's the one Big Vic won during the
It
meetup
is.
last year.
It is.
Yeah. I don't. He's trying to move it because he wants to stay with everybody else, and I don't blame him.
Which hotel?
It's the Trailhead Hotel. It's basically a bourbon hotel. I mean, they've got a speakeasy. All the rooms are bourbon themed. I don't know. We're going up in July, and we're going to stay there again for Trey's 50th. You know.
Yeah. Is anybody?
But no, I mean it looks amazing. I just didn't know if anybody been there yet.
Is anybody been to that Watch Hill proper outside of Louisville? I mean, they have a whiskey Watch Hill proper.
No, I haven't been there yet.
They're the ones that first released that 20-year Heaven Hill stuff. You know, it's kind of like if Louisville's
their website.
Yeah, if Louisville's kind of like a clock, they're about at 1 or 2 o'clock as far as outside of Louisville.
Okay,
it's like LaGrange.
Yeah, and they
write that down, Trey.
They got an incredible online. It's got like a 40 or 50-page bourbon menu online, a PDF file, and everything like that. And I know they do reviews, and they got a YouTube channel. And I think they were the first ones that did that watch. They were the first ones that did the 20-year Heaven Hill, and I think theirs was hazmat. They somehow got one of those barrels, and it was ridiculously priced even when they sold it originally, and now it's even more ridiculously priced.
Yeah, they took a lot of grief for the website and all the way the pictures and everything were. I know people were giving him grief on that, but
yeah.
I've been still trying to find the 19-year weeded from Heaven Hill.
You know, they had it here, and I passed on it. They had a liquor store, the person offered it, and I just.
I mean, if I get it at MSRP, I'm a huge weeded guy. That's where I fall normally. I mean, I got in the game because of Weller 12. That used to be my go-to.
It was like in North Carolina, I think it's like $280 plus tax, you know, and a guy offered. I just said, it's only 100 proof. I said, nah. If it would have been like the 18, I'd have maybe went for it last year, but that one I think was close to 120 proof.
Well, I think just because it's the weeded, I wanted to try it. You know,
yeah.
I'm a sucker for a good weeded. I mean, all across the board. You give me a good weeded.
Me too.
Yeah.
Hey, Trey, have you tried the Star Hill weeded whiskey?
I haven't yet. I haven't found it yet. So
she'll get it. I think she'll get it.
No, they'll get it eventually. I mean, we're not always the first, but usually we have a good select. I mean, I have a really good selection to choose from.
If I find it tomorrow, I'll grab you a bottle because, like if I find it, I don't buy anything except MSRP.
Me and Randal are suckers on that one.
Yeah, I got 3 of them from Top Jimmy, and one's already gone.
I mean, that's how it is here. I mean, we're fortunate here. We get a little bit of everything. We might not be the first to get it, but we do get it.
You'll get it. Yeah. Okay.
And here in Virginia, we get nothing. So,
Because if I ask for it, they'll hold it for me. So that's even better.
You used to get nothing.
well, no, if it wasn't for Top Jimmy,
Damn right.
yeah, he is the man. So
Is it true that Old Forester's making some of their President's Choice stuff go to distro?
Yes.
yes, yeah.
I mean, we'll never.
But there's only like 6 states that it goes to. But yes, it's going out to retail distribution to like 6 different states.
Because I think
being one of them.
I think they did that thing like last Saturday. I think it sold out in like 5 minutes. If even
Yes.
if it lasted that long,
I got into the store. I got into the store like 12 minutes after, and I got into the store and I just heard the sound wah wah wah.
Yeah, I think the online maybe lasted 5 minutes if it lasted, and that included bourbon, and they did a rye too. I think.
I'd like to try that.
Well, there were like 3 or 4 batches of each bourbon and rye, and they were all gone.
Yeah, they said the line around the Michter's site there where they were selling it was all the way around the street and everything. So there was like 400 people, and they all actually got a bottle.
So I'm going to tell you a funny story about this. The sale started at 10 a.m. on the dot. My wife and I had to be to a memorial service an hour away at 11. So we left the house at 10 a.m. and I have my phone, and it's counting down to when I'm going to be allowed in the store, and I'm driving. And so I'm about 10, 15 minutes away from the house, just driving through horse country in Kentucky. And all of it says is you're going to be in the store in 30 seconds. I hit the brakes. I pull over to the side of the road, hit the hazard lights. And my wife is like, what are you doing? She's thinking there's a policeman behind us, or we hit a deer or something like that. And I pulled over and I'm sitting there on the side of the phone playing on my phone, or side of the road playing on my phone. It was hilarious.
You get a bottle or no?
Just be glad you still had internet service.
Yeah.
Was you able to get one? Did the queue?
No. And the thing is, I had my phone in the queue, and I had her phone in the queue in the car as we're driving.
Yeah, there was a couple guys around here that were playing like Old Forester bingo with 2 or 3 different phones going at the same time, and I think one guy got something or like that. Yeah. How often does Evan Williams drop their 23 year?
Oh, say what?
Yeah,
Evan in Louisville. How often does Evan Williams do the 23 year?
I have no idea.
If you call them, they'll tell you if they have it and everything. They drop a few bottles, from what I understand, every day. It's what is it, like $300 or so?
It ain't cheap.
Yeah, but they say it's phenomenal. So, but they're pretty open about letting you know if they have it.
Yeah, I've never tried it, but they say it blows away anything Pappy Van Winkle does. The 23 year Evan Williams, which it's all Heaven Hill stuff from. I'm not sure where they're doing it from. Maybe from Bernheim. It's probably, if it's 23 year, then they're probably putting it in the lower floors of the Bernheim brick houses and stuff like that, so it can age without getting too oaky. But I've never tried it. It's got the blue wax at the top and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's a beauty.
I'm waiting.
You tried it, Marty?
No, I've seen it, like pictures of it, but I've never
had it in hand.
I'm waiting for Buffalo Trace to come out with their flood barrels. It's coming. Be like Warehouse C for EA.
Warehouse Mud.
Yeah.
It's funny. I was at Buffalo Trace for the first time since the flood, like 2 weeks ago. I walk into the gift shop, and we've all seen those pictures of the gift shop with like 3 or 4 feet of water in it and everything like that. And I'm looking around, and other than the fact that the shelves where all the bourbon was before, those shelves are gone, and probably waiting on replacements or whatever. But other than that, there's no sign anywhere that there was any water in there except for those big wooden columns, which all have a watermark on them now.
Yeah.
No kidding.
Which
from previous floods too, weren't they?
probably. Well, the previous may all be covered up now.
Or maybe it might be a warehouse or something. But
I gotta say the Rick House.
Yeah.
We were there in May. I mean, probably 2 weeks after the floods. And I will say the Rick House, you could still see the mud on the above the windows. I mean, it was. I mean, they probably covered 6 barrels levels.
That's my thing. Is I'm from Pennsylvania, and I was there the last time Johnstown flooded in '77. And do you still have that mildewy mud smell? Was that still there or no?
Oh, it was when I was there. Like when you walk in the Rick House, as soon as you hit it, dude, just the mildew, mold.
Yeah.
So
it just smacked
this is what struck me in the gift shop is, now those big wooden columns, okay, they get wet, they dry out, you see a watermark, no big deal. But I'm looking around at all the rest of the gift shop and nothing looks new or remodeled, including the restrooms, which are all drywall and everything. Everything looks exactly the way it did. It doesn't look like, and so it kind of struck me as odd that, okay, I would expect to see that everything from kind of the 4-foot mark down should show signs of renovation or refurbishment or something like that, and nothing. So I don't know.
I'm just wondering.
The gift shop was moved upstairs. Like you weren't downstairs. Like the original gift shop was just not there. It was under construction.
No, it's there.
Cleaning it. I'm saying when I was there.
Okay.
So we were upstairs. They had a makeshift everything. You know where the tasting rooms are?
Yeah.
So that's where it was. They had like a single line. You got to walk around. And they were only allowing people, like we had a tour set up. And so if you didn't have a previous tour set up, they wouldn't let you in. So they emailed us and said, hey, you can come at this time and, we'll move you in. And they did a good offering. I mean, it wasn't bad, but, we didn't get to see the gift shop and all that. They did let us go in one Rick House to show the water lines and the mud lines. And I'll be honest, I'd probably say most of those barrels are probably done. I mean, they probably lost all those barrels. They left
all the first floor barrels.
Yeah,
100%. I mean, there was still mud on them and everything. And,
well, I'm just wondering too, is because underneath that first floor is just dirt, and you can't pressure wash mud off of dirt.
Yeah, no, it was solid dirt. I mean, it was still. I mean, the first barrels were still sitting in dirt, and it just looked like that they were sitting on the ground.
When you got that mildew mud, and remember, them barrels are breathing. So I wonder everything, even that's on the second or third floor, it's inhaling all that mildew mud smell. And I remember when we had that flood, the town was clean, but for 5 or 6 months after that flood, I still smelled fucking mildew mud.
It'll be blue cheese special.
The other thing that strikes me about that is when you get that much water in your rick houses, what does that do to the foundation? I mean,
how long has that building been there though, and how many floods has it been through?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just.
Well, here's another thing. Where the hell did that water come from? That water could have come from pastures that had fucking cow shit in it.
Oh,
it could have come from. It could have went by like some factory that has hazardous materials that weren't hauled away. So I'm just wondering what did they run on that shit?
Yeah.
No, that makes sense. I mean, but you deal with foundations and stuff like that. But that water also was in and out so fast that I don't know about those rick houses because I've not seen them. But I mean, I wonder is it grass outside or is it all paved around them?
The one we went in was paved. The others were higher up. I'm not gonna say like huge higher up, but the one we were in, it's the first one it's the original one when you first get there. But the other ones are probably sit 10 foot higher up,
Yeah, someone will be drinking. Is anyone else picking up cow shit on this?
No, or either that, or 10 years from now, we're all going to start sprouting tumors from drinking buffalo trace.
I'm picking up cow shit and battery acid. Is anyone else getting this shit?
No,
which,
definitely.
Which for Scotch, that's a good thing, but not for bourbon.
No, not for this. Yeah, you're right.
Marty, did you finish that rye flight already?
Working on it.
You on D yet? I'm just asking for a friend.
You should pull a Jason and pour all those in one glass and do the rye.
Well, they're so different. I might. I've only got 2 left. I've drank all the rest.
Just pour them into plastic bottles and spin the wheel again.
Hey, that's a great idea.
Which samples you have left, Marty?
B and E.
I'm not sure which that is.
Hey, all I'm going to say is when you get to my flight, don't drink anything else that night.
All right.
Oh, shit.
I got you.
Trey's hazmat flight.
He just doesn't know it yet.
Yep.
You'll get my flight tomorrow, Marty. So the postal guarantee.
Cow pie edition. I love it.
Take it or leave it. Cow shit. Cow pie edition.
Oh, they're going to find a way to market that fucking flood. You can guarantee that.
Dude, they're some of the best marketers out there.
For sure.
You know.
But I mean, let's be honest. They do have a solid product, and they're consistent.
You're absolutely right.
Yeah, but I think it's better when the rick house burns down instead of floods. So
I don't know. The tornado was pretty good.
Yeah.
They got 2 batches out of that, didn't they?
Dude, I've had a warehouse C, and I'll be honest with you, it's pretty dang good.
The original one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's solid. And I don't say that because I don't get caught up in all the fancy crap or whatever. I just go off what tastes good to me.
Right.
And that warehouse C was actually pretty good. I mean, it's memorable. I've got like 5 bottles that I go, okay, this stands out, and that's one of them. So,
William, I see your email. I'll figure something out, buddy.
Yeah, they
sorry.
They did a second release of the C, and then
I got it covered.
I'm sure they'll come up with something to make some money off the mud barrels.
I mean, you have to. I mean, come on.
You know what? Knowing their luck, it'll fucking probably make the barrels taste better.
Muddy,
the fucking bomb burgers or something.
A little bit more or something. It oxidizes better or whatever.
Yeah. Fucking mud grain. Well, fuck. Isn't that Bardstown shit from what burnt down in Notre Dame?
Mm-hmm.
It'll be like a Texas barrel. It's a little earthy.
The cathedral?
Yeah. Isn't that what that's from?
I guess.
That's the leftover lumber.
I heard something that there's now a second expression of the cathedral coming out, and it's got from some other cathedral in Europe, like in Hungary or something like that.
That burned down?
Okay, you now know as much as I know. I was kind of putting that out there to see if somebody knew more than what I was saying. Who was telling me that? I was in Justin's House of Bourbon on Wednesday and met this guy. You know, he knows the channel, and he and I were just shooting the shit. And he said that the next iteration of Bardstown Cathedral is supposed to be some sort of Hungarian oak from some cathedral in Hungary or something like that.
Is that what they're dumping now, you think?
I have no idea.
I saw something that on
you know as much as I do. I
saw something on the Instagram where they're dumping a bunch of barrels, and that younger guy that's their master blender was standing there, and he was talking about it. Let me look here and see what I can
Maybe
find.
people are burning their churches down to make a profit, you know?
They haven't released what they're going to do for their Disco 13 yet, have they? Or no?
Yeah, I haven't seen anything.
I haven't either, you know. I kind of like the 11 a little bit better than the 12, but maybe I'm just the odd guy out. You know?
American and Hungarian finishing around a beautiful Kentucky blend is what he's dumping right now.
There you go.
You can't see it, but that's him talking as the barrels are dumping. So Hungarian something.
Sheriff Bart. They said you was Hungarian, and they was right.
There you go. Look at Giselle's. Now that'll be interesting too. But I wonder if that'll be the same old shit that distillery release one day, gone, never see it again.
Right.
We were down there like 4 weeks ago, and all that cathedral oak shit was gone. You know.
Yeah, there's multiple people that went. I think Adam Shelton got in line early, and he did get a bottle of it.
Of the cathedral?
Yeah.
See, I heard Bourbon Kingdom was saying just like 2 or 3 days ago that the word is that they're done with cathedral. There is no more.
Yeah, there wasn't 3 weeks or 4 weeks ago. That was gone. I don't even think they had any at the bar because we stopped in for it. I looked. I didn't even see any at the bar. I think I got like a little Glencairn or two, one of them odd-shaped Glencairns, and that was it. We had a pour and we left. They had nothing really there. It was really outstanding.
You know what's funny is one of our friends that we know, they went to Bardstown just to do a VIP tasting. We did the same one 2 days later. They got offered a bottle of that, and when we went, they were sold out. And I was like, and they passed. They passed on the bottle. I was like, you should have bought it. You know, I would have bought it from you.
Did you get to try it, Jimmy?
Do what?
The cathedral? Did you get to try it?
I've been there twice, and they never had a bottle, but I was able to try it at the bar. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Plus, I got a sample from somebody. One of the live streams, I got a sample from somebody. So I've gotten it 2 or 3 times. It's good. It's good.
They didn't have any at the bar left. They had nothing like that.
I like what Top Shelf Dustin says here. He goes, cathedral was great, but I don't think the wood was any part of it. I just think it was crazy bourbon that was in it. That's a very good possibility.
But I mean, that's Bardstown. I mean, I think that's just Bardstown in general.
Yeah.
I mean, if you get one of their single barrels, those can be really good too. You know, the white label single barrels are good.
Yep.
It's half the cost.
Yeah.
I got stuck on their Blackberry Farms forever. I mean, I've had 3 bottles of it, and I mean, you know, I'm not a huge beer drinker, but that stout finish was amazing.
I've never tried the Amroot finish. I've always wanted to because it sits here on the shelf.
I mean, I'll get the bottle. There's some sitting on the shelf.
I just can't imagine how many freaking Amroot barrels did you have, man? Because I mean, it's sitting every store here in North Carolina. And Randall said, "Do you see it?" And, I mean, Lord God,
$170 or something. I'd like to try it, but
it's $159 here. But I'm still not pulling the trigger.
I just can't. I mean, Amroot over $60, I can't do it.
Well, it's one thing if you put French oak on a bottle, people kind of have an idea what that is, you know. But if you put Amroot on a bottle, there's going to be a lot of people who are like, "What the fuck is Amroot?"
What's an Amroot?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not a. I mean, I like Indian whiskey, but I've never had that, and Jeffrey Wax swears by it, and I'll try it somewhere. It's not here behind any bars, which is kind of weird.
It's a good single malt. There's stuff they put out, Marty, that's good. I mean, it's a good. You can't call it's Scotch, but you can't call it Scotch. But it's got that same malted barley profile.
It's high malt, isn't it? It's all high malt, I think, isn't it?
Yeah, every Amroot, you know, like the Japanese whiskey, the Cavallon, that's all Scotch. You just can't call it Scotch, you know, because it's got that same profile, but it's not in Scotland, so it's not Scotch.
Yeah.
Anybody had that the Bardstown? Was it the Goose Island Stout?
Yeah, I had that now.
No.
I think
another one that's sitting here.
I think the Blackberry Farms was better.
Silver Oak sits here too.
The Blackberry Farms was just a little creamier, not as bitter for me. But you know, I put it up against the Dragon's Milk Origin, and I still thought it was better. That's been the best stout finish I've ever had. That's why I kept going back to it.
Did you have the barrel proof of that? the Dragon's Milk. I've got a couple toasted of those. Those were pretty good.
No, the Dragon's Milk was my favorite, and then I had the Blackberry Farms, and I was like, oh man,
I think when I was Patreon of Bourbon, who's the ones Bourbon something or other that does the reviews? I was able to Breaking Bourbon. That's what it was. And they made some bottles available, and somehow I lucked in it, made it all the way down to the cheap tier, and I was able to get a bottle of the Dragon's Milk Origin, the toasted, that was pretty good.
No, it's solid. That was my favorite until I had the Blackberry Farms, and like I said, I don't drink a ton of beer. It's not really my favorite, but I do like the finish of a stout. I don't know, it goes really.
I think I sent you a sample of that, didn't I, Marty?
Mm-hmm.
The Dragon's Milk Stout toasted or something, whatever it was.
It's really very good. Yeah, that while I run stuff they're doing is spot on, man.
And this was probably about 2 years ago, so I think it was off. I think they were doing it through Sealbox. It was maybe $110 or $15, so it was really pretty reasonably priced too.
For a finished, yeah.
See, I can't stand beer finished in a bourbon barrel, but flip it around and do a bourbon in a beer barrel.
Yeah.
And if it's done right, it can be really good.
See, that's where I'm at. I think I've had several that were just misses all day. They just were just. It's like I just had a glass of Guinness, and it just.
What? I've never seen this one you're talking about. What color is the label on this one? What do you say was Blackberry Farms?
Black.
Yeah, it's Blackberry Farms. It's black. It's got a heart with a dagger through it. It was only released in Kentucky and Tennessee.
Okay. Are you still seeing it? I mean, is that something?
No, I haven't seen it in probably 3 or 4 months.
Okay. All right.
I literally bought 3 bottles. I've had 3 bottles.
Check Universal because I think they had it.
They still have it. I mean, Jimmy, I'll make a run. I'll go get you that and the K Luke and.
Yeah.
No, it's really good. It was just it hit me different because I had the 4 Square, I had the Silver Oak, and the only one I didn't buy last year from Bardstown was the Amroot, just because I'm not that's just not my jam. Typically.
See, I still see all those. I can see Amroot, Silver Oak, 4 Square. I can find all those.
Yeah, 4 Square.
The Silver Oak's good. The 4 Square is much better. I like it hands down, but the Blackberry Farms is just different.
Okay.
If they would knock $25, $30 off those prices, they wouldn't be sitting on the shelf.
No, 100%. It's not a $150 bottle.
No, they did 2. One was 4 Square, and what was the other rum finish that Bardstown did before that?
Oh man,
God, before it, I don't know what it would be. I don't know.
They did 2.
I can't remember the name.
It was one of the bigger rum, distillers. I can't remember.
I'll tell you what, though, my favorite rum finish has been Chicken Cock's rum finish. And Thomas at B&B is the one that turned me on to that one. It was called Rooster Tail or something like that, but it's super sweet. It's like drinking wine all night, and then you go to a port wine, and it just hits you different. If you drink that first, you're going to hate it. And Trey will tell you, we tried it. Oh, man. I was like, I can't drink this. Set it aside. 6 months later, come back to it. I'd had 3 or 4 that night. I took one, and then the next thing I know, man, I'm finishing that bottle. Like it just got better and better and better.
It did.
Is the other rum finish the Plantation?
Oh,
that could be that. I think that was what it was, Jimmy. I think it was a Plantation.
Yeah, it had a white label.
Yeah, it was a Bardstown, and it was the first one they put out. It may have been a Plantation rum.
Yeah, I just looked at it. It's the only other one they've done, I think. So.
Yeah, that's what I say. That's the only one I can remember.
Yeah, and speaking of Plantation, I remember like 3 or 4 years ago, before she left, Fred Minnick had Jackie Zykan on, and they did a Plantation rum from barrel that was then finished in an Isla whiskey barrel. And she said that was some of the best rum she ever had. So it was like barrel rum, which is like 134, 135 proof. And then they finished it in an Isla Scotch barrel for a short period of time. And she said it was some of the best stuff. It was called A Tale of Two Islands. So it was Jamaican rum finished in an Isla barrel. And it wasn't the Isla barrel wasn't like overpowering something. It just gave it like a nice little bit of a unique flavor. And she said that was some of the best rum that it has. But I guess Plantation's probably one of the bigger distillers down there.
Yeah. Whatever. Did anybody ever find out what happened to what's her name at the rice whiskey?
Jay Mellick?
Yeah.
Mellick?
Yeah. The girl that worked there that did all the promo was on all the YouTube streams. I can't remember her name off the top of my head. But there was some and I think she was family actually, and so they had some kind of falling out, and she said like 3 or 4 months ago.
I mean, is I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of people that have switched and thought they. I mean, is Jackie Zeiken done anything ever since she left?
I think she's farming is what she's doing.
I mean, because it's what you have on your palate. When you have the barrels that are available at Old Forester, I don't care where you go. I mean, you're looking at somebody that probably one of the top 3 or 4 people as far as inventory of barrels to blend from. When you leave that, I don't care. You can't make a fucking silk purse out of a sow's ear. I'm sorry. When you have that kind of a repertoire of inventory of barrels and you go somewhere different, I don't care how good of a blender you are. You can only make what you have available.
Yeah, well, cat piss is still cat piss, regardless. Well, what's her name?
Well, I didn't go that far, but
well, no, hold
You
on,
went
hold on a
there.
minute. Let
A
me finish.
T-shirt of that one.
Castle and Key, that was cat piss.
Oh yeah.
And when she damn, what's her name? The blonde girl.
Yeah.
When she went over there and did that, and they put that first release out, Thomas got a case. He goes, "I saved you one." I said, "All right, yeah, great." And I took it home, and I was like, "Oh my god!" And I took the bottle back to Thomas, and I was like, he's like, "What's wrong?" And I said, "Let's go back here to the office." And he goes, "All right." And I poured it. I said, "Dude, I know I'm new into this." I said, "But tell me if I'm missing something." And he poured it, and he goes,
Shit.
"No, Marty, this is straight up shit." That's what he said.
Yeah.
He goes, "Marty, this is straight up shit." And he goes, "I'm
Yeah,
glad
what
I'm
was her
sold out
name?
of it." He goes, "I will not buy anything else."
Yeah,
So like when I do like blinds, like for tournaments, like for Dusty Dan and stuff, I put that in it. It's right over there, and that damn. You talk about a cork that'll kill you. That might be the top cork that will kill you.
Oh man.
That is some of the, and it's funny because when we were at the meetup with Jason, it was me and Gary, Marine, and Katie and Ethan and Mary, Jason's mom, and we went into what's the Evergreen, not Evergreen, the smaller one, a pig. What is it, Toby?
Blind Pig?
The little yes.
Blind Pig.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They had some back there, and she goes, "Y'all want to try this?" And Gary looked at her and said, "Absolutely not."
Yeah.
And she goes, "Are you sure?" And I was like, "You know what? Around for everybody." And they were like giving us like a 2-ounce pour for like $5, and I spent like $25 and bought everybody one. I was like, "Let's try it." We were trying it, and I was like, "You know what? It is better than batch one. I'll give it that."
Marianne Eves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wasn't that the old E.H. Taylor distillery or something?
Yes.
Like that?
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
We revamped it. I mean, it was a great concept, you know.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, I tried it. The first batch wasn't even fucking good enough to treat an open wound. I would even pour that shit on an open cut to cleanse it. It was so fucking bad. It was fucking miserable.
You're right. I put it in a squirt bottle so I could clean windows with it.
Squeegee. I went out to stoplights and sprayed it on windshield. And
She's the one. She left Castle and Key and she went and did Forbidden.
Mm-hmm.
Remember Forbidden? Where's that now?
low proof, nothing.
Yeah.
You know, that's right. I don't understand. It's just like Greg said. You'd have to sit Jackie Zikin down at dinner, just you and her, and say, "What were you thinking there? Tell me your end plan for that."
Well, I mean, if you think about it, there's Old Forester, there's Heaven Hill, there's
Michter's.
Buffalo Trace, and who would be maybe the fourth that has the best inventory of barrels?
Heaven Hill.
Well, Heaven Hill, Old Forester, Buffalo Trace, and
Lux Road, maybe.
Nah, maybe Beam has some good
Maybe
stuff.
Beam, yeah.
Four Roses?
Yeah, but I would probably put the four that I said. And if you have that kind of a repertoire, well, hell, I mean, you know, Heaven Hill has probably 2.5 to 3 million barrels. When you got that kind of an inventory, yeah, it takes some talent, but it's a lot easier to blend when you got that to work with than when you go to what did she go to, like Old Barn Door or fuck Outhouse Door or whatever the fuck that was.
You know what though? You say that, but look at what Nancy Fraley's doing. I mean, she's like the hot gun for hire. I mean, she's at Still Austin. Where is she at? Was she at Southern, right? Southern Star, wasn't she?
I was on the phone with Nancy texting last night for about an hour. She's sending me. Wait till you see this. When I get these boxes, it'll look like the freaking Ascot Awards with her blends for the last, I don't know how many Magnus cigar blends. She's going to send me all of them. And so she told me, she goes, Marty, this stuff has the 10+ year stuff in it that's coming back. She goes, I know a lot of people, I hate to use the term shit on it, but have been kind of passing on it because it does have younger stuff. She goes, but it is very good. But she goes, yeah, we're back to 10+ year barrels now in the last 2 years. So she went through it. I don't take this as stock for any means because I don't know this, but I'm thinking that they went through a 2.5 year period to where the 10 and 12 year barrels weren't ready yet.
Yeah.
To where she had to blend in the younger stuff. And I think that's where people had a problem. Oh, yeah, had a problem. Yeah. And then now that they're going back at it now that the stuff is older and should be back to the par or below or you know, above what was.
Hey, I thought, Marty, some of them ones that we had, like you had a 12 ladies leaping or whatever the fuck it was. I remember, and I had that one we took down to Shane. Some I think mine was, well, I had the 58, the old one, and yours was a 60 something. And wasn't that shit like 10 and 12, 15 and 18 year whiskey? There was some white whiskey that went into it.
Yeah, there was 18 in it.
There was I thought there was a 10 or 12, a 15 and an 18 in it. In the old stuff, the sub 100 batch stuff.
Yeah, this is batch 67. That's all I got left right there.
Yeah. And I think that's what, like 10 Lords of Leaping or something. I don't know what the fuck.
This one had like, a Christmas, some kind of theme to it. Yeah.
So that one's batch 398.
Yeah.
That's Nancy's, it's toffee and leather are her notes on it.
But she gets a kick out of it. When I say a kick, I guess that's really, she gets angry when I go to stores and I send her pictures of that stuff on the shelf for $210, $225. She goes, Marty, 179 max, 179 max. She goes, that's what it's supposed to be. She gets angry when she sees it above that. And I understand that because that kind of makes it hard for her and a bad name and all that. But I tell you what, guys, stay right here. I'm going to end the live. I didn't realize we've been going for 3 hours and 26 minutes. But stay right here. I'm going to end it.
You're already in the welcome to the weekend, Marty.
That or Big Vic.
It's Friday at Fred's at this point.
Yeah, Vic's going to get jealous.
Fred. Fred.
Yeah, that's right. Guys, everybody that donated tonight, thank you so much. It does help the channel, like I say, with StreamYard, Streamlabs, and Canva and all that stuff. So we'll see you in 2 weeks with another blind from Randal. It'll be here. So we're going to do the Randal Express. So, all right, guys, thanks for watching. We'll see you in 2 weeks. Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Bye.